Naruto Uzumaki is a hero of the Fourth World War shinobi. The victorious Pain, who told about all the pain of this world, Obito, who was used by Madara as a puppet, Madaru, who also turned out to be a puppet in the hands of an experienced puppeteer Zetsu, who was the will of Kaguya and aspiring to free her, and Kaguya goddess Karalik, who after eating the fruit of the divine tree became a prisoner of this force and succumbed to hatred. Striving to take all the chakra, she did not notice how she turned to the dark side, a little more and she would have plunged the whole world into eternal Tsukiyomi, but her sons stopped her in time, Hagoromo Oitsutsuki and Hamura Oitsutsuki. They printed it, and the ten-tailed one was sealed in the Hagoromo, who, before his death, knowing that after his death the ten-tailed one would be reborn, divided it into 9 parts and gave them reason and names. After that, he said that one day there will be a person who wants to know their names and he will have to tell him them, and this man is now lying and dying at home from being poisoned by his teammate and first love, Sakura Haruno. He waited a long time for something similar to happen, as after he received the power of Rikudo, all the mental bookmarks standing on it fell asleep and he realized that the one he considered almost his grandfather turned out to be a traitor pretending all this time in order to tie Jinchuriki to the village more strongly. Although where was it even stronger? There were so many bookmarks on Naruto that they would be enough for an entire army of shinobi. Naruto did not find any mental bookmarks there: love for the village, love for Hokage, I will become Hokage Databeo, for the slow development of the chakra, for the love of Sakura Haruno, for the deterioration of the development of thinking and many others. Naruto ended the war after all. But that smiling and stupid one who shouted to everyone that he would become a Hokage, the boy disappeared somewhere. A man appeared in his place who showed no emotions to others, only showed them to a few. Among these units was the Rooks of Marcellus, Idihu, who was stripped of his Nukenin status after the war. He liked Naruto a lot. He was a person with whom you could talk, get drunk to the point of losing your mind and know that no one would touch you anymore. Naruto also became a student of the snake, and to his surprise he turned out to be a very capable student, unlike the same Uchiha. But all good things come to an end, and a year before Naruto's poisoning, Orochimaru dies. The cause of death was unknown. After that, Naruto fell into a deep depression. He knew that the Hokage and the elders had done it, so he was preparing for his demise. He was waiting for him to finally be killed. Liquidate. Naruto lies and thinks that it was impossible to trust all these people with his back, because each of them could insert a knife into his back, and this knife. You may ask why Orochimaru was poisoned? He was sent by the top of the village for getting close to Naruto, because in their opinion Jinchuriki should be alone and he should not have people close to him. And Naruto for the aggression that he began to show towards the elders and Hokage. They did not like it and they decided to eliminate him and make Jinchuriki Uchiha Sasuke, who was the second most powerful shinobi in the world, after Naruto. Before his death, Naruto decided to release his friend and ask Shinigami-sama to make sure that kurama and the other bijou could no longer be sealed. And so he goes into the subconscious and sees a huge 9-tailed fox in front of him, but he is not afraid of him, because this particular fox was his companion throughout his short life. POV Naruto, "Hi Kurama," said cheerfully. Naruto, he looks at me with a pitying look. Apparently I also became not indifferent to him. I came to ask Shinigami-sama to make it so that you and the other bijou can no longer be sealed. Naruto, you're a fool, you'll give your soul for this. I won't give it back. Since I am an Uzumaki from the main branch, then I can give him the souls of other people. You want to give their souls? Yes. It's their souls I'm going to give away. Well, then, I don't mind. But before that, you need to say goodbye to everyone else. I agree, they deserve it too. And POV Naruto. While Naruto and Kurama were talking in the subconscious, in the residence of the Hokage were the elders, Hokage, Sakura Haruno, and the last of his clan, Sasuke Uchiha. He will die soon and then we will be able to reprint the demon in Sasuke-kun, and he will become the strongest in this world, not the second. And this loser will die, Sasuke just grinned. Sakura's personal work, the elders grinned. While they were having a dialogue, Naruto came in and called all the Biju into their world. There he told them everything and, having folded the seals, called the god of death. POV Naruto, Shinigami-sama, please, do so that they can no longer be sealed. Okay, but do you know the price for this? Yes, I know, I will give you the souls of Hokage, elders, Uchiha and Harunoda. Okay, I'll do it. After that, Hagoromo appeared in the room, and I and the tailed ones were surprised. Hagoromo-sama? I asked. Yes, my boy, it's me. I'm here to help you. But how? I seriously didn't understand how he could help. I'll send you to another world. I will be grateful to you, but I didn't have time to finish. I do not know where you will end up. Naruto, hurry up, I don't have enough time to. Okay, let's get started. First, let them share half of the entire chakra with you. Okay, we said together, all the Biju, except Kurama, put their paws on Naruto's fist and he felt a very strong surge of strength. Kurama, and you? I'll go with him. He sighed wearily. Now I am, said the sage. End POV Naruto. He folded several seals and touched Naruto with his fingers. From the force that surged over him, he lost consciousness. Kurama, I will combine your bodies during the transfer. Very well, father. Hagoromo began manipulations, and now the strongest Biju, the nine-tailed demon fox, Kubi no Yoku or for Kurama's friends has disappeared in the world. Our hero woke up in the hospital. POV Naruto, where am I? But then the smell of medicines that hit the nose answered this question by itself. In the hospital. But which village am I in? And at what time? Little did Hagoromo-sama send me to the past or the future. Exactly, I have a chicken, he can help me. Just when I wanted to go into the subconscious, a nurse came into the room. Are you awake yet? The red-haired girl asked me. She was also obviously surprised. But why? Yes, I'm awake. But where am I and who are you? I ask the most interesting questions. You are in Uzushio. I am Naomi Uzumaki, the head doctor of the hospital. The girl introduced herself. And how did I get here? And why were you so surprised that I woke up? I asked. Our Umbu found you in the forest near the Uchi clan. Naomi answered my questions. Why did they bring me here? I seriously couldn't figure out why. After all, I don't look much like Uzumaki. There was a medic in the group that went to see Senju. He confirmed the guess that you are Uzumaki, so also pure-blooded. Now I seriously didn't understand anything. Why a guess? Where did this guess come from? And from which mountain am I purebred? But then I remembered the first reason why Uzumaki are called Scarlet Devils. It's their red hair. I carefully reached behind my head, feeling something soft and smooth, carefully brought the braid, which for some reason was braided, to my eyes. Now I understand where the guess came from. They were red. Damn red, not even that. They were scarlet like blood. Okay, I'll go. I need to warn Uzuki that you've woken up. Oh, I almost forgot. Do you need something? She said, and then the girl asked. Yes, you can, please, not let anyone in here for an hour. I need to think about everything. Got it, we'll do it. Goodbye, I'll come by in an hour. Good. As soon as Naomi-san came out, I plunged into the subconscious with thoughts of why the medic did not feel the nine-tailed chakra. When I came to the place where once, before the seal was removed, there was a cage, I saw a gigantic dark red fox. He was twice as big as the previous one. Are you Kurama? I asked. Well, who else? QB asked a counter question. Since you're still in me, why didn't the medic notice your chakra? I said questioningly. You know, it was obvious from him that he was nervous. I don't like it anymore. Before father sent you here, I asked him to mix my chakra and consciousness with your chakra and consciousness. From this I fell into a stupor. I mean consciousness? I mean the chakra? How is this possible, and what does it give me? I ask him. If he did it, then it was necessary. Well, you know, now thanks to me, the great and terrible, the strongest Biju of all, you are no longer a person. It made me sick. I mean, not a person. And who then? I mean, I'm not human. Since I'm not a person, then. I didn't have time to finish. You Biju. I mean fucking Biju? How did I become him? I was seriously wondering how I became one. After the father gave all his remaining strength to you, you already ceased to exist as a person, because you had the chakra of all the tailed ones, so also in such quantities, you became just a chakra in a human shell. If I hadn't merged with you, then you would have turned into a second Jubi, only stronger than the one you fought. You would have become a monster that even Shinigami would be afraid of. But after my merging with your body, the formation in Jubi stopped and you remained in the shell of a human. But again, if I hadn't sealed your chakra in time, then upon examination, a medic would have noticed that you consist of a chakra. And so you are now an ordinary person capable of fighting on an equal footing with Hashirama and Madara. Listening to the fox's story, I just fell out of reality. I didn't even expect that I was so strong. That's not all. In this world, there is also Biju. I suggest, if they agree, to seal them into you. Why would I do that? I seriously did not understand. If according to his stories, I am so strong, then why do I need 9 more tailed ones? Just understand, you can fill up anyone with meat. I was blown away by his words. I mean anyone? According to his stories, I am stronger than Shinigami-sama at the moment. Yes, I'm kidding, you won't be able to fill up with meat, it won't be enough. He was talking, laughing and rolling on the floor of my subconscious, kurama, laughing so loudly, no laughing, that my head began to ache unbearably. As if someone had knocked on it with a hammer, chicken stopped the head. After that, he stopped laughing. And how do I get a sealed chakra so that I don't die? I sealed this chakra with my own technique, which I called the 9 circles of hell. With each new open circle, the chakra will become more and more. That is, on the 9th circle there will be 50% of the entire sealed chakra. The fox began to explain that, despite this, you are now unable to open even the first circle. And this should also be taken into account that I absorbed a quarter of that entire chakra. Okay, in order to discover and withstand the power of the first circle, you will have to do a lot of training to control your entire chakra and mine. Since your control, although not terrible, is far from perfection, you will also have to do exercises to strengthen the body, both physically and spiritually. That's how it is. Having thought it over well, I said. So, we need to start now. I finished. It won't work. After the transfer, you almost got ripped off by 4 and at the moment all your muscles are stretched too much, some bones are broken. So, during the transfer, I could have died. I shout, even though I knew I should have tried. Yes, you could have died, but wouldn't you have died like that? Yes, I understood that I would have died like that, and I also understood that Hagoromo-sama did everything he could. Okay, what about my red hair? I asked. During the transfer, the Uzumaki genes were stronger and they displaced the Namikaze genes. I am also the guardian of the Uzumaki clan and during the merger it also affected you. I'm still trying to restrain your ears, tail and teeth so that they don't appear on you. I see. Okay, we'll deal with it later when I recover. And now I have to go. And POV Naruto coming out of his subconscious. Naruto noticed that he had just done it in time, because a man came into the ward, according to the asterisk with a sign and a black cloak with a white flame on the hem. I realized that it was Yuzukage. Hello, Yuzukage-sama. Yes, you're right, youngster, I'm the Yuzukage of this village. My name is Ashina Uzumaki, I'd like to talk to you. he said, and then introduced himself to, "All right, ask your questions. You're smart. Well, let's get started." Ashina Uzumaki and Naruto had a long dialogue about who Naruto was, how he got into the Uchiha territory and why he was not in the clan. Naruto was telling a story invented by him and Kurama. Flashback Kurama, Naruto needs to come up with a false story. Who are you, from where, how did you get so close to Uchiha, and why are you not in the clan? Naruto, couldn't it have happened that some young Uzumaki left the clan, and she was kidnapped? Kurama, no, it couldn't, because in the Uzumaki clan, adults are considered only at 30 to 35 years old. Until that time, they are not allowed out of the village. Naruto, Kurama, and how much about, I almost lost consciousness from this. At 30 to 35 years old, they are considered only adults. How long do they live then? Kurama, from 200 to 400 is their minimum and a maximum of 500 years. 500 years is something like old age, but there were those who lived many times more. Naruto, now I've definitely fallen out of reality. Kurama, okay, you don't have much time, you need to come up with a story quickly. Naruto, yes, exactly. These words brought me out of my prostration. Kurama, well, let's start with the fact that you are an orphan. Naruto, well, we came up with a story, and it sounds like this. I am an orphan who, from the death of his parents to the death of a teacher who used some technique before his death and gave me his memories, by which I learned that I was a member of the Uzumaki clan, I went in search of Uzushio. Passing by the Uchiha clan, I was attacked by their squad. I fought back, but due to the fact that my muscles were stretched and my bones were broken, I passed out and most likely would have died at their hands if not for Uzushio. This is where our fictional story ends. End flashback. Naruto looked at Uzukage, who looked at him with a pitiful look. It was clear from him that he pitied his recently announced clansman. Ashina, Naruto-kun, how old are you? Naruto, well, I'm 20 years old now. Ashina, so you're still a child. Naruto, well, by the standards of the clan, yes. Ashina, then get well and we will find out what you can do and then we will assign you a rank and title. Naturally, even with the rank of a Chunin, no one will let you out of the village. Well, okay, for that, if you still pass the test, then you will have many privileges such as access to the third department of the library, the opportunity to become an Ironin, buying a house, and of course missions, so far only within the village. Naruto, isn't it necessary to conduct a test to check Uzumaki or not? I seriously did not understand why no one was going to conduct a test for belonging to the clan. Ashina is the medic who examined you, so he confirmed it, but to make sure we will take your blood and compare it with the blood of other residents to understand whose relative you are. Naruto, good. Ashina, then I'll go. Naruto, okay, goodbye. Ashina-sama, Ashina, bye. Naruto, Ashina_. This guy has such a fast regeneration. Even I would have to come out of a coma for 5 days and then recover for a week, and he came out of a coma the next day after getting into it and almost recovered in 3 days. He will be able to fully recover. Naruto, after Ashina herself came out of my room, I plunged into the subconscious. Kurama, all rolled. Kurama, I've already figured it out. Naruto, by the way, if you remember that I was found near the territory of the Uchi clan, then you can understand that Konoha, Willow, Kiri, Kyumo and Suna are not there yet. So Hagoromo-sama threw me into the past. Well, thank him for that, because now I can prevent the destruction of Uzushio. Kurama, you're right. But it's too early to rejoice, it's time for you to start training, because if you don't start now, you won't have time to save Uzushio. Naruto, you're right. Kurama_your clones can also take control of the chakra. At this moment I was blown away, but how would I be noticed? I wanted to ask him, just create clones in the subconscious at the same time you will train the power of the sage. After all, in the subconscious you are like God, you can stop time here, years will go by, but in the real world, not a second will pass. You can also change the landscape. This is what Oken highlighted, allegedly hinting to change this sewer to a normal subconscious. Naruto, Okay, I understand you. After all this, Naruto changed his subconscious to a place similar to the waterfall of truth, only made the trees taller so that the fox was more comfortable. Since then, a week has passed. Naruto's chakra control has not increased much by exactly 5%, due to the fact that every day he created 10,000 clones in his subconscious and he all trained this very chakra control. So Naomi came and said, "Naomi, Naruto-kun, you are completely fine, all the bones have fused back together and the muscles too, I said all this with a smile on my face and my eyes closed, but when I opened them, I saw Naruto-kun without a t-shirt who was already getting dressed. I blushed like a duck at the sight of his pumped-up torso. Naruto, has something happened to Naomi-chan?" I asked the questioner, although I realized that she was confused. After all, telepathy is a cool thing. "Naomi, nothing happened, everything is fine, Naruto is good." Then, Naomi gave Naruto a piece of paper that indicated that Naruto could leave the hospital. "Naruto, thanks to Naomi-chan." "Naomi, for what?" "It's your regeneration and the Yenins didn't even keep up with it." "Naruto, just thanks for looking out for me, Naomi, From such words I blushed, saying something to the petition. I ran out of the ward. Naruto, well, so long. After Naruto changed into his clothes, because he was in a white hospital gown, he went to the residence, but there was one problem. "Naruto, damn, I don't know where the residence is." Naruto went back to the hospital and saw Naomi, who was sitting at a table at the end of the corridor and drinking tea, while raking some papers. Naruto, as soon as he saw her, immediately went to her. When he approached, Naruto put his hands on the table and said, "Naruto, Naomi-chan, can you do me a favor?" "Naomi, what?" "Naruto, you can take me to the Uzumaki residence. Naomi is fine." Did she say that with such joy? Apparently I don't know anything about my own clan at all, and for Naomi, this offer was like a saving moment, because from this damned place, as she dubbed it, she had not left for a week, and here was such an opportunity. Of course she was willing to spend it. When Naomi and Naruto went outside, Naomi took a deep breath, although the air in the hospital is filtered by cookies all the time. But it is different from what is on the street, because this air is lighter or something. They walked all the way to the residence in silence. Naomi was breathing very deeply, trying to breathe for another week. And Naruto, and what about Naruto? He walked and marveled at the beauty and grandeur of this place. In Uzushio, all the houses were made of stone and only the roof was made of wood. Every house was decorated with fuin seals. Naruto did not know what they meant. Trees were also planted on every street, and there was a large and beautiful fountain on the square. Arriving at the residence, Naomi said goodbye and went back to the hospital, and Naruto went to Uzumaki. When he entered the office, he noticed that the office was also different from Kanakovsky. It was bigger, more beautiful, fresher, since the window was open, and greener, since there were pots with different plants everywhere where it was possible. "Naruto, Uzumaki-sama, I've come." "Ashina, oh Naruto-kun, hello. Let me tell you right away what we did." "Naruto, okay, tell me." "Ashina, the first half of the year, I give you to master in the village, then we will check your strength level and find out everything else. In the meantime, hold the keys. This is your temporary home." "Why temporary?" "Because after 10 years of your residence in Uzushio, or after becoming a jounin, you will be able to acquire it yourself." "Naruto, well, how did I get to the dorm?" "Ashina is a fox," and Umbu appeared in front of Ashina in a fox mask. "Fox, yes, Uzumaki-sama." "Ashina, bring this young man to dorm number 3. Lease." "Hi, Uzumaki-sama." "Ashina, go." Umbu Fox and Naruto left the office and walked in the opposite direction from the residence. When they arrived, Umbu disappeared and Naruto went in and followed to the apartment number. Actually it was on the 3rd floor, number 7. When Naruto snapped, he pretended, because this apartment was 4 times larger than his Kanakovskaya and there was everything you needed, from the toilet and bathroom to the balcony. When Naruto decided to inspect the kitchen, he was surprised because there were no pipes and there was water. he already wanted to ask Kurama, but he answered himself, Kurama_print, Naruto is clear. Naruto decided not to ask any more questions. Since it was already evening, he did water procedures and decided to meditate a little more, not just to improve chakra control, but to improve spiritual power, because the better the control of spiritual power, the larger and denser the chakra. When he finished, Naruto went to bed. The next day, he woke up at 5 o'clock after doing water procedures. He cooked food because there was food in the refrigerator. Working on seals, after making meat with rice and vegetables, he ate and went in search of a training ground. While he was looking for a landfill, he already realized that this village is 4 times bigger and more beautiful than Konoha. When he found a polygon in front of the entrance to which there was a sign that it was Polygon 7, he entered it. Naruto began to do physical exercises, namely 150 laps around the polygon, 300 push-ups, 500 squats and 300 on the press. Since he is a pure-blooded Uzumaki, this caused only a slight shortness of breath, and then only because this is Naruto's first physical training in this world. After that, he created 10,000 clones in his subconscious in order for them to train the control of the chakra and spiritual energy. In such trainings, half a year has passed, nothing has changed except that Naruto began to wear weights, and met Uzukage's daughter. Flashback Naruto, and now I'm coming back from another workout as something red-haired crashes into me. Naruto fell and the girl, as he later noticed, too. Mito_o, please excuse me, I didn't mean to. Naruto, it's okay. Mito_, and what is your name? I just haven't seen you in the village before. Naruto is not polite to ask the name of a person if she did not introduce herself. Mito_, excuse me, where are my manners? I am Mito Uzumaki, daughter of Ashina Uzumaki, Naruto, and I'm Naruto Uzumaki. Nice to meet Mito-chan. Standing up, I gave my hand to a new acquaintance. So she's Ashina-sama's daughter. Mito_ is clear. Okay, while Naruto is waiting for me at home, and my life is dear to me. After these words, she sped up a lot and ran again. Nothing else happened. Now Naruto looks like this: red hair braided and reaching to the shoulder blades, a red cloak with a black stripe running from the top and a black belt in the middle. Towards the end the cloak is divided into 9 parts similar to fox tails, black shinobi sandals. The same cloak was open from above like Haiden's. Red eyes with vertical, the pupil only complemented this image. Naruto's strength level at this point, if kurama is not taken into account, taijutsu is a guy with the 8th gate, ninjutsu has all 5 elements, as well as biju genomes, techniques, futon, air bullets, breakthrough, air gust, wind blade creates a blade from the wind. It can be sent to the enemy, or can be used instead of a sword. Wind pressure, this technique creates a very strong pressure in a certain area. Its strength depends only on who to use. Raisin Shuriken, Raiten, Raikiri, Wolf of Lightning, Dragon of Lightning, Lightning Strike, Lightning Needles, Hiration, Kirin, Kato. The fireball blows the ball 20 by 20 meters, the great fireball blows the ball 50 by 50 meters, the fiery annihilation blows out a wave of fire 70 by 70 meters, the great fiery annihilation blows out a wave of fire 100 by 100 meters, Dayton, mud swamp, mud wall, Suetun, water bullets, water dome, water wall, water needles. Genjutsu does not own yet, Shuriken Jutsu. Itachi Kenjutsu Mifune, weights of 200 kilograms on the legs and 100 on the hands. Here our hero goes to Uzukage because he called him. Here again this residency, and here again the office of the head of the village. Naruto knocked on the door, and heard a voice behind her, come in. Naruto went into the office. Did Naruto summon Uzukage herself? I ask, Ashina, it's you Naruto-kun. He examined me from head to toe. Wait a minute, now I'm doing my job, and we'll go check your strength level. And then we will decide what title to give you. Naruto is good, Ashina-san. Naruto sat down on the sofa next to the table and waited. Naruto, thanks to Mito-chan, I became very close to Uzukage herself. This will help me to prevent an alliance with Konoha in the future. Flashback, Naruto, 3 months have passed since the death of Orochimaru-sensei. He told me that I would crawl into the archives of the Umbu and read. Well, then I'll do it. Naruto got out of bed. It was night. He used the technique of Shursui Uchiha, flickering step, silently made his way into the archives and also silently copied all the scrolls associated with him, Uzushio, Minato and Kushina, and he decided to view the Uchiha as well. After he copied everything, he also decided to quietly leave. After going home, he put up 3 barriers, sound impenetrable, hiding and just a barrier that no one would come in. After Naruto read it, he was furious. It turns out that the Uzumaki clan was destroyed due to the fact that the rats from Konoha removed the barrier and together with Umbu Root and Hokage villages managed to destroy the clan. The second blow to Naruto was made by scrolls with information about Kushina and Minato. It turned out that Minato did not save Kushina, it was Umbu, and then her memory was changed. This is the first. The second, Minato had to marry Kushina so that she would give birth to a vessel for the Nine-Tailed, and Minato had another family, another wife and children. They knew that this would happen and that Kushina would not die. But something went wrong and Minato died with Kushina. As Kurama later told, after his extraction from Kushina, all the bookmarks fell asleep and the memory returned because the bookmarks were fed by his chakra, and she understood everything, and then she called on the god of death and sealed Kurama in Naruto by giving Minato's soul, but before that she stretched him with chains under the claw, but seeing that he was missing, she became herself. Then Naruto safely missed the scroll with his information because he already knew everything and moved on. To the Uchiha. It turned out that the Uchiha began to plan a coup only because they recognized everything and that in any case they would be cut out because that was originally planned. That's what drove Naruto out of himself and he had to move away from the village and destroy the unfortunate mountain that came to hand. The end of the flashback. Ashina_Naruto-kun, did you not fall asleep? I heard and translated to Ashin-san, who was standing in front of me. Naruto, no Ashina-san, I'm not sleeping. Ashina is good. Meet me at the training ground 7. Naruto is good. Then I'll go get everything I need right now. Okay, Ashina, go. Naruto-kun. Naruto went home and took his favorite tanto. They looked like this. The handle, black as night, seemed to be a portal opening a view of space, a scarlet blade with a white stripe on the blunt side. Seal the chains on the hands. The chains were red with a black end. The end of the chains was similar to the handle of the handle. It was the same color as kunai and shuriken. This tanto and the chains were given to him by the sage, as Kurama later said. Tanto, at the request of the owner, could seal everything that hurt or at least touch, could cut everything, even the balls of the search for truth, conducted any chakra and could return sealed techniques back and could also withstand any blow. And even Jubi could be detained with chains, because they were indestructible. These tanto and chains once belonged to and served the sage. Here Naruto goes to the training ground and sees that he came first. Naruto, well, if so, then you can warm up. Naruto ran 200 laps around the training ground, 500 push-ups, squats and press, and also dispersed the chakra through the body. As soon as Naruto finished, Ashina and some guy came to the training ground. Naruto, I began to look at the man for about 30 years, but it's not like that, it's Uzumaki. There was a decapitator behind the man. The man was quite tall, and pumped up. There were a lot of people behind Ashina. People were wondering where the head of the village and one of her swordsmen were going. Ashina, Naruto-kun is your opponent. Ken Uzumaki, hi, my name is Ken. Naruto, hi Kansas. Ashina, you will have a sparring session on which I will find out what title to give you. Now let's get started. Ashina put up a barrier so that no one would care. Ashina_started. Naruto and Ken stood and looked at each other for about 2 minutes, and then taking out his decapitator, Ken rushed at Naruto and swung it just in order to strangely decapitate Naruto. But Naruto did not even move. Ken did not have time to stop the speech and he went through Naruto. Everyone was shocked. No one expected this. Ken_but how? Naruto is just Fuin. Yes, this is Fuin, but made on the principle of Kamui Ebito. can attack again. This time Naruto blocked Tanto's blow from such a collision. The wind blew from behind Naruto. Naruto, well, now it's my turn. Naruto attacked Kana using both Tanto in Kenjutsu. Naruto was superior to Kana in everything. Here is a decapitation blow and Naruto blocks him with one Tanto and attacks Kana with the other. He evades. And Naruto attacks. This time Naruto does not block the blow but continues to attack. Kan and everyone are surprised, but as soon as the sword touches Naruto's neck, he stops. Kan and the people looking at it almost fainted. Kan looked at the place of impact and saw how some symbols appeared there. And Naruto at this time makes a cut on Kana and says, "Naruto, the fight is over." Ashina, why is that? Naruto Kong lost that. I can move and I'm still able to fight. There is no Naruto now. Naruto placed Tanto horizontally at the level of his face and whispered something to Kan froze and could not move anymore. Ashina well, Naruto-kun, you won. Now take off this technique. Naruto is good. Naruto remove the technique. Ashina shake hands as a sign of fitting. Naruto. Kong was given his hands. Everyone who watched this fight began to clap loudly. Ashina, Naruto-kun, I can confidently give you the rank of a Chunin. Naruto is good. Ashina shouted to everyone, you can all go. Ashina and now Naruto-kun went to determine which family you belong to. Naruto, let's go. Naruto and Ashina returned to Residencia. Ashina well, Naruto-kun, judging by the battle you saw, then you can safely be given the rank of a Jounin or even an elite Jounin. Naruto, thank you Ashina-sama. Ashina Naruto, there is nothing to thank me for. If you had not shown yourself so well, you would not have received this title. Naruto, I understand you. Ashina herself. I will try to meet your expectations. Ashina, it's good, but now hold it, now it's yours. Ashina took out Chunin's jacket and Yuzushiyo's bandage from the closet. Ashina, now you officially become a resident and shinobi of Yuzushiogakure no Sato. Naruto, hi Yuzukage-sama. Ashina, of course, everything is fine now, but as I said before, here in this village you are considered a child, and until you come of age, that is, until your 35th birthday, you will not be able to leave the village. Naruto, well, I already found out when I went to the Bible library. I say that Ashina herself did not understand anything. Ashina, since you already knew this, then I'll explain to you what the rank of a Jounin gives you. With the receipt of this rank, you can now buy a house in the village. The third and fourth compartments of the library and missions of rank C are available to you inside the village, but the latter is at your discretion, because Jounins are not engaged in such missions. Naruto, so I can just do nothing until I come of age? Ashina, yes. Naruto, that's good. Ashina, by the way, forgot to say the blood test determined that you are distant, but you are my relative. Naruto is interesting. Ashina all Naruto-kun, you can go. Naruto left the residence and went home after doing all the water procedures. He meditated a little and went to bed, and the next day he went to train. Time skip is 15 years old. During this time, Naruto was able to open the first circle of the seal because his chakra control was maximum, but after he did it, his control flew to hell. He had to relearn how to walk on trees, water, and just sit and meditate for days. But after the opening, he felt a huge surge of strength, not only of the chakra, but also of strength, because he is the chakra. Since Naruto is essentially a Biju, his physical characteristics also develop depending on the chakra. You ask why he trained, I will answer you. Since kurama seals all his powers, then Naruto is not a complete person, but not Biju, respectively. If he opened the circle without training, then he would simply tear it up, and Kurama would have to collect pieces of Naruto with his chakra. And the grease with each open circle of Naruto awakened two tails, and thus his part of the Biju turned the human into its own a little. During these 15 years, all villages were formed and Naruto Hadal prevented the union of Mito Konoha and Yuzushiyo, but he did not yet know how to do it, and so Konoha sent one of the shinobi with a letter saying that she wanted to conclude a peace treaty. Ashina, after reading the letter, was a little shocked. They offered a peace treaty to replace his daughter, that is, Mito would become Hashirama's wife, but it did not say that the next Hokage would not betray Uzushio. After thinking it over a little, Ashina made a decision. Ashina_Foxes brought Naruto, Mito, and Kana to me. Lise_ is Uzukage herself. An hour later, all of the above were standing in front of Ashina. Fox_ I brought them. Ashina_ okay Fox, you don't go on this mission, you go with them. Naruto, what is the mission? Ashina: the four of you are going on a mission of rank S. You need to bring this letter of refusal to their peace treaty to Konoha. Naruto: it's strange if Ashina herself refused their peace treaty. Then why did he appear? Stop Mito, Hashirama or someone else already put bookmarks on her for the love of Hashirama. If so, then this explains everything. Mito_Dad, and why am I there? Ashina as a confidant so that Konoha would understand that the refusal is true. A Kong and a fox for protection. Naruto will be the captain of this mission. It's clear to everyone. All_Hi Uzukage-sama. Ashina, you have exactly an hour to prepare and then move out. Everything is there. And everyone went to pack their things. When everyone gathered everything, they moved out. After they swam across the lake, they ran towards Konoha. A week later they reached Konoha. Naruto, I'll go straight from Mito, you're a fox from behind and Kan is on the left, okay? Everything except Naruto is there. When they entered the office, they immediately noticed that it was somehow small compared to the one in Uzushio. Hashirama_ I greet you dear Uzumaki, you about the contract. Mito_ yes, and she handed the scroll to the Hokage. Hashirama_ refusal. Okay, you can spend the night at the Badger Hotel. We took the guests to the hotel. Borsuk_Hi Hokage-sama. Naruto, something is wrong here. From Mito it is impossible to leave a single step. When the Uzumaki came out, Hashirama_Weasel brought the head of the Yamanako clan. Laska_Hi Hokage-sama. Hashirama_ did not want for good, so it will be for bad. When Mito Ashina was born, he was very happy because this is his first child, so also a girl. Ashina was jumping with happiness all that day. Mito grew up a pretty energetic girl. Although from birth she was told that she was the future head of the clan, she did not want to become the head because it would prevent her from seeing her family. In her opinion, Mito_, as soon as I turned 4, my father began to train me. For some reason it was very easy for me to do Fuinjutsu, even easier than some Souklanafts. I literally learned all the seals right after I saw them, and thus by the time I learned the A rank barrier in my 6, my father said that I would be in the future the head of the clan and Uzukage. But I didn't like it. I wasn't going to become either the head of the clan or Uzukage, because it would prevent me from seeing my future family. Why do I think so? Because my father always stays at the residence, he comes only at night and then not always. Now Mito is 9 years old and she is running away from her sensei, whom her father gave her. Mito_ I already said that I don't need sensei, I shouted with undisguised anger. I seriously did not like all this because I was not going to become not the head of not Uzukage. I already told my father that I was not going to become these people, but he does not lag behind me. I often run away like that, but my father sends this west for me every day again and again. Mito_ I ran and ran like around the next corner I crashed into someone, we fell together, but instead of admiring her and looking at her with love in her eyes like everyone else does, he looked at me just with a kind look and asked if everything was okay. When he looked at me with eyes as blue as the sky, I drowned in them because they were so beautiful. After I ran away from him, I lay home and began to think about him, how beautiful he is, how beautiful his eyes are, and all this kindness expressed in his smile. Mito_ Since my acquaintance with Naruto, I have been thinking about him more and more often. During these 15 years I have been going for walks with Naruto at least once a week. I realized that I fell in love only thanks to my mother, who noticed that I often think and then blush. She asked me and I told her everything. Mom smiled and said that I would not miss such a chance. I listened to my mom and tried to get closer to Naruto, and it seemed to work out for me because now he already invited me to take a walk. Mito_ A month ago I turned 25 years old and today Umbu Fox came to me. how I don't like him, because this is exactly that boring teacher. He said that dad calls me to residencia. When I got there, I noticed Naruto, and when he also looked at me, I didn't blush much, but I actually blushed. If it wasn't for Kan, Fox, and Dad, I would have already lost consciousness. Dad said that we were going on a mission of rank S. From this I was a little surprised. I asked why I was there, to which I was told that in order for Konoha to understand that this was an official answer. Well, okay, but they sent a man with me who has become quite dear to me over these 15 years. We moved out, he walked next to me and talked. I was happy to support this conversation. A week later we came to Konoha. I didn't like this village right away because the residents there were not friendly at all. I didn't like the Hokage either, he was too proud. I read it in his eyes, in which there was superiority. After I gave the scroll, he said something like, refusal. Well, okay, he offered us to stay in the village for the night. We agreed. While we were walking to the hotel, I noticed that Naruto began to behave warily, as if he was waiting for something. While Kan and the Fox went to our room, Naruto and I went shopping. I bought quite a lot of things and of course hung everything on Naruto. He took it and just smiled. Closer to night, he and I went to our room, so I decided, because I was alone in the room, so I also refused to sleep in a strange village. When we came, Naruto cooked to eat. I was surprised that he knows how to cook, and he cooked meat with rice and curry. When we went to bed, I noticed that Naruto created clones and they disguised themselves as objects standing on the table and hid the chakra. I was surprised, but at the same time it was nice that the one I consider my dearest person on an equal footing with mom and dad is so worried about me. After looking at the clones in the form of a vase, mug, pen and notebook a little more, I plunged into the realm of Morphia. When Mito fell asleep, Naruto decided that he would send the clone to sleep and turn into a notebook with the help of Henge, because one of the clones became a pen. Immediately after Naruto turned, he began to wait, and he was not mistaken. Almost immediately after his clone fell asleep, 3 Umbu and 1 blonde came into the house. As Naruto later realized, it was the head of the Yamanoko clan. 1 Umbu put a containment seal on the clone and cut his throat. Naruto, how good it is that these are blood clones and not ordinary ones, Naruto thought while one of the Umbu was doing it all. 2 Umbu and Yamanako came to Mito, and Yamanako wanted to start putting bookmarks on love for Hashirama and the village like all Naruto clones, except that they were killed and attacked them. 3 people were killed quickly, but Umbu, who was killing the clone, after hearing the rumble, looked in that direction, and when he saw that all his comrades were killed, he told the attendants with the help of the Yamanako clan technique that they would raise the alarm, and told Hashirama that the plan had failed. As soon as Umbu passed it on, Naruto killed him as well. Naruto, I knew there was something wrong here, and now I understand. But now there is a reason, and an official one, thanks to which I can have fun here. At the same time, I'll try my hand, but first I need to wake up the others. Naruto went to Kana and Fox's room and woke them up. Naruto, has something happened? Naruto, yes, Mito-san was attacked. I beat him off, but Umbu managed to send an alarm, and now I'm going to try my hand at Hiram and Madara. Naruto, even with your powers, it's impossible, I'm already shouting, because I respect this person at the level of Uzumaki, and it would be a shame if he dies. Naruto-san Kan is right. Naruto, don't worry, I'll deal with them even with my eyes closed. After all, everyone has their own skills in the closet, and I have a lot of them. Then I'll help you. I can't leave you two to these monsters. Naruto, no guys. Said as I snapped, you will have to take Mito-chan away from here, the further the better. Clearly, but Naruto. Trying to take him by the shoulder. Naruto is an order. Kong and Fox high, and they ran after Mito, and when they persuaded her to go with them, of course, not without the help of Naruto, who promised her not to die. As soon as Mito, Kan and the Fox left the village, the first explosion thundered in it. Naruto, oh, and here are the ones I've been waiting for the most. Good evening, I bow, dear Madara and Hashirama. I have come to kill you. I smiled cheerfully. Madara, who do you think you are, compared to us, a pathetic bug that can't even crawl? Naruto, what big words, let's check them out. In Delhi they had a fight started. Madara was the first to attack using fire destruction, but Naruto safely absorbed him with his Tanto and resent. Hashirama also did not stand aside after he saw that it would not be possible to touch this person with techniques. He decided to switch to close combat, which he informed Madara about. Madara took out his gunbai and moved with him to Naruto. Naruto decided to check what Madara was capable of and also moved towards him. They crossed in battle where it was clear that Naruto was superior to Madara. Madara saw it too, but pride did not allow him to retreat. Hashirama, noticing that Madara is not coping, decides to use the tree dragon and golem after their summoning. He removed Madara with the golem's hand and said that now it was his turn. Madara didn't mind because he was almost killed and Hashirama saved him. Seeing the golem, Naruto grinned, and Hashirama noticed it after that. A tree dragon flew at Naruto. Naruto decided to call Kurama to this, because he asked him himself. Naruto agreed, he wanted to see how his best friend would mock them. Before summoning Naruto, using chains as a Beto in the cannon, stuck them into the dragon's neck, making a circle. He separated the head of the dragon who wanted to devour him from the body, then moving the chains onto the dragon's head, put the chakra in his legs and jumped, pulling his head behind him and already in the air, doing a somersault forward, hit the golem with his head exactly in the place where there was Madara and Hashirama. But when the dust dispersed, he saw that Madara covered them with Susanoo's hand. After that, the golem was covered with Susanoo's armor. Naruto responded to this with the call of the fox that surpassed the combined technique of Madara and Hashirama 3 times. Kurama began to play with his opponent, combining it with the destruction of the village, and he did it like this. The golem with Susanoo tries to hit Kurama. Kurama just grabs the whole golem with his 2 tails and spins it right into the Hokage rock. After the golem rose, a katana appeared in his hands with which he attacked Kurama, who, in turn, wrapped her tail around him, just broke off. And so it happened for a very long time. Konoha at this time became similar to the one that was after the destruction of Nagato. Only after its destruction, the wreckage of houses were around the village and here all over the village. When Kurama got tired of playing with Madara and Hashirama, he wrapped the whole golem with tails and made something like a Gaara sand trap. He just squeezed them in place and went to print. Madara and Hashirama fell to the ground unable to fight anymore, and Naruto came to them and started a conversation. Naruto, and that's it? Are these the ones who are called shinobi gods? You said yourself that I'm a bug unable to even crawl in front of you, and now you? With a sneer, I asked these assholes, Hashirama _ what do you need? With what malice he says this. Naruto shut up himself sent us this peace treaty. And when he found out that we refused, he decided to use bookmarks to bind the Harem of the Uzumaki clan to himself. Hashirama _ Naruto, that there is nothing to say. Okay, in principle, I've already done everything I needed to do. You're lying a step away from death. Death is sitting next to you. Konoha is destroyed and something else. Remember, if you try to pull this off again or attack Uzushio, then I'll just go through and destroy you too. And now to sleep. And Naruto forced them, and followed the trail of Mito's chakra after them. After leaving the battlefield, Naruto caught up with his temporary team. Mito immediately threw herself on his neck and began to hug and cry. Mito _ never do that again, because I was worried about you. You'll never do that again, never do that again, you made me happy. She was clearly worried about me. Naruto _ no need to cry, Mito is still fine. I'm alive and now I'm standing in front of you whole. But by this time, Mito had already fallen asleep on it. N. Can _ she was very worried about you. When I tried to calm her down, she almost killed me with a fox. Naruto is clear. I say with a smile, looking at the purple spot under Kan's eye and at the fox mask, which says that it holds on only because it is supported by the chakra. Kan, okay, Everything is fine with you, that's great, but let's move to the village. Naruto is good, Fox _ and why did you put a concealing barrier and a barrier of 5 crimson lights? Naruto is a barrier of 5 crimson lights that would not concern you, but hiding that Mito would not worry so much about me. Kan and Lise are clear. After that, they moved to Uzushio. Naruto carried Mito in his arms. They came to the village in the same week. After Naruto arrived, he went to Mito's house. When he got there, he knocked on the door with his foot and Naomi opened it for him. Naruto, who knew that Naomi would turn out to be Mito's mother. Seeing Mito in Naruto's arms, Naomi immediately let him into the house. When Naruto put Mito to bed, he briefly told Naomi about what happened by removing the moments of the fight. After that, he returned to his comrades and handed over the report to Uzumaki-sama. Also telling everything except the fight. Ashina, having learned everything that was necessary, let the three go home. Since that moment, 3 years have passed. Konoha managed to recover thanks to the asshole has Hiram and his element of wood. A month later, a meeting of the 5 Kages was scheduled about Uzushio and her fighting strength. Also today, Uzumaki summoned Naruto in order to tell about another ability subject only to Uzumaki. Naruto _ Today I woke up at 5 after doing water procedures and after eating. Someone knocked on my door and opened it. I saw a fox who told me that Ashina herself was waiting for me by 11 o'clock. After sending the fox back, I went to train by doing a standard workout, namely 700 push-ups, squats and on the press, 200 laps around the polygon, 10,000s of clones in the subconscious that train the control of the chakra and spiritual energy. I went to Ashina-sama. After going to the resident Uzumaki, Naruto knocked and went into the office and saw the standard situation. Uzumaki was sitting and flying over a bunch of bum ego. When he saw Naruto, he gestured that he would sit on the sofa and wait for him. Naruto did so. Half an hour later they were already walking to the other end of the village. When they arrived, Naruto saw a large temple. Naruto, after going to the place Ashina herself said to stop, I did so, and at the same time lifting my head up I saw a huge temple that was decorated with various stone masks and statues. Going into it, I saw a lot of masks, but the most eye-catching was the mask standing in the middle of the temple. As they explained to me later, these were masks with which even ordinary shinobi could summon the gods. And the Uzumaki, thanks to the properties of their chakra, could summon these gods without them. Ashina is why our clan received such power. We can summon the gods. Naruto, I understand you. Ashina-sama, this is how I understand our main patron Shinigami-sama. Ashina, you're right. Now you can't summon the gods yourself yet, because for this you must be at least 100 years old, but by that time you will have to train yourself and your body so that it does not tear apart from the first call. Naruto is good. Kurama _ Naruto, when you can summon them, you can also try to ask them to give you their power. Naruto is of course good, but it can wait a little. In a month a meeting of 5 Kages and in half a year and an attack. I need to prepare myself. Kurama _ is good. Time skip. Paul go to Naruto sits on a branch of one of the trees and looks at the United Shinobi Alliance of 4 villages. Konohi, Kiri, Kyumo and Willow Suna decided to act wisely and safely remain neutral. The generals of the alliance came out themselves Kage. Now the alliance is resting before the battle. Naruto, so the alliance is not very big. Only 7,000 people, here I can handle it alone. But we still need to report to Ashina-sama. And a second later, there is no one at the place where Naruto was standing. Appearing at the residence, Naruto fell to one knee and quickly but accurately reported the situation to Uzumaki. And immediately declared that he was going alone. Ashina talked him out of it for a long time, but still let him go alone. After Naruto left, he called Kan and the other 7 swordsmen, as well as a squad of elite Umbu, and told them not to go out and join the fight unless it was necessary. Umbu and the swordsman immediately followed Naruto. After leaving the village, Naruto ran across the lake and set up a barrier of 4 snow-white lights. He personally invented this barrier. The barrier was more powerful than the genre one, but even if the enemy turns out to be in it, he simply will not notice it. Having installed it so that when the alliance went into it, it closed, he began to wait. A day later, at night, the alliance got caught in a barrier, and Naruto began a dialogue. Naruto, you have two choices, either you die or you and your villages die. Choose, only you will die here. Forward to the attack, and the battle began. The shinobi ran forward. They thought that if he stood up, it would be easier for Kage to defeat him. How wrong they were then. Taking out his chains and creaking them to his back, using them as two additional limbs, Naruto took both tanto in his hands and also moved forward. As soon as shinobi and Naruto approached each other at a distance of 2 meters, Naruto's chains began to attack them. Naruto, having accumulated chakras in his legs, jumped into the middle of the alliance while he was flying. The chains killed 2 and began to attract shinobi to Naruto, who in turn cut them very quickly. Once in the middle of the alliance, Naruto began to attack everyone with his tanto and chains. Here some shinobi attacks him from behind and 3 others from the front. Naruto just became intangible about the shinobi killed themselves. At this rate, Naruto pulling chains and killing tanto, killing chains that he wound on enemies with a ring and squeezing created fountains of blood, just killing tanto and chains that sometimes pierce the hearts of opponents, killed 5,000 shinobi. Kage, seeing that the enemy was almost finished with cannon fodder and did not run out of steam as it was according to their plan, decided to use a trump card. Tsuchikage, the devil does not come out. The district's plan went to the bottom. Mizukage_Hokage will have to use our trump cards. Hashirama, yes I see. Madara plan B. Madara_ is good. Madara went to 9 Jinchuriki and printed out all the biju. Naruto, interestingly, it will be necessary to ask Ashina the most if Master Fuin did not disappear from the village. Oh, and here are the ones I would have to look for. Madara subdued Biju with his Sharingan and ordered him to attack Naruto. Naruto, Kurama, how do you think to seal them immediately or show that even Biju are unable to defeat me? Kurama, let's give the second option. Naruto, okay. Let's get started. Naruto asked Kurama to stop restraining him, and Kurama stopped. When Kurama did this, Naruto felt a huge surge of strength as his chakra circulation system disappeared and the chakra filled his body. Also, Naruto's eyes changed, they became just red, a tail, claws and fox ears grew. Naruto lit up with a black chakra that belonged to him. Biju attacked him, but they failed to do something as Shikaku flew to Kurama in the arms of chains. Isabu wanted to launch a water bomb, but he was also sent flying. Seeing this, Madara ordered all the other Biju to attack, and he and Hashirama moved to the Kurama of this world, while Hashirama covered him with armor made of wood, and Madara Susanoo Naruto dealt with all the others, and saw what they were doing with the Kurama of this world. Naruto waited for them to finish and in the meantime decided to finish with the alliance. After running to the remaining army, he decided to finish everything beautifully. Jumping very high, he took out both tanto since he was cleaning up during the fight with Biju. He killed 2 people with chains, stretched out to the ground in the middle of the remnants of the army and started killing everyone. Here Shinobi releases the wind technique into Naruto. Wind wave. Naruto just throws one from its tanto there. It passed and absorbed the technique and killed the shinobi. The same thing happened with the second tanto. Seeing that the enemy does not have his tanto, the enemies moved towards him. Looking at this, Naruto grinned. He decided to test his natural weapon. These are his claws. Naruto, well, Kurama also managed to kill a lot of shinobi with them, so I will succeed. After running at the enemies, Naruto just gutted everyone. By this time, Naruto was attacked by Kage, and after using Hiration, he took both tanto. After that, the Raikage moved towards him with his lightning cover, but Naruto just used the impalpability, and when the Raikage passed through Naruto, the second simply cut the Raikage into 2 halves with a turn with a lower blow. Seeing this, the other Kage decided to try to throw techniques at him, and so Tsuchikage uses the element of dust. Atomic Rascaplini Naruto throws into the Tanto technique, and then when Tsuchikage dodged teleport to him behind his back and forked, Mizukage decided to leave, but just as he was about to leave, he saw that a blade appeared between his eyes. It was Naruto who noticed that Mizukage was leaving, threw Tanto at him and hit him. By this time, Madara and Hashirama were standing in their armor again, only now the current kurama was with them. Naruto saw this and said, "Naruto, I've already said that if you attack me or Uzushio, I'll just kill you. So get ready." Before moving on Madara and Harem, Naruto first sealed the beaten-tailed ones and only then attacked. When Naruto sealed the tailed ones in scrolls, he went to Madara and Hashirama. He decided to play with them again, but he noticed that he was being watched and put an illusory barrier. After running at the fox in armor, a huge Susanoo sword with a tree dragon on it created by Madara and Hashirama flew at Naruto. Naruto just jumped on the sword and ran on. Hashirama used a rain of wood needles, the technique from which Neji died. Naruto became intangible and the needles passed through him, ran on. Naruto noticed that the dragon was flying at him. He just broke off part of the blade of Susanoo's sword, and throwing the broken end and jumping after the kick sent it to the dragon. The broken part of the katana went into the dragon's head, and since Naruto was not hitting at full strength, only the end of the katana came out from the other side. After landing, Naruto destroyed Susanoo Madara with the help of chains, and then, as if tearing the bark from a tree with the help of chains, he removed Hashirama's armor. Madara ordered Kurama from their world to make a tailed bomb, which he did. When the bomb was completed, the fox shot it at Naruto and the second in turn simply absorbed it. Seeing this, Madara and Hashirama attack in hand-to-hand combat. Here is Madara with his gun by and here is Hashirama with his wooden sword. They moved on Naruto. Naruto himself fought with Madara and chains with Hashirama. Madara tried to take Naruto to Genjutsu, but not only did he fail, he also lost one eye, but from the outside it was not visible because he lost it spiritually, that is, it was not he who lost his soul. And all because Kurama merged with Naruto was able to influence everyone who tried to catch Naruto in Genjutsu or got into his head. Madara used Amaterasu with his other eye, but Naruto just threw it off with his Biju chakra. Hashirama at this time, having fought with the chains of this Uzumaki, realized that he had only one ace left in his sleeve. Jumping away from Naruto and taking Madara with him, Hashirama entered the hermit mode and called for a millennium of truth. Naruto only grinned at this and draining Tanto into one-handed katana, he stood in a rack for use by the raider. This technique allows the owner to reflect or cut everything that moves on him with his sword. Naruto himself invented it. He began to wait and now 1,000 hands are already flying at him from the statue. Naruto said 1,001 blows to Raider, and now Naruto is standing and each fist of the statue is divided in half, and thus Naruto, after cutting all his fists, made a lunge in front and the last blow to Raider destroyed the statue by cutting it vertically. Madara and Hashirama, already pretty battered, fell to the ground and began to wait until they were killed. And so Naruto approaches them and starts a dialogue. Naruto, I told you that if you attack me or the village, you will die. Madara why all this chatter, kill us already. Hashirama Naruto, do you think I will forgive you so easily? No, death will be painful, and quite long. After these words, a black Zetsu appeared from behind Naruto. Naruto, I've been waiting for you too. You will die with them. After these words, Naruto killed Zetsu with his Tanto and sealed it in a seal on Tanto. After the Zetsu was finished, he took and with the help of chains hung Madara and Hashirama, and taking out Tanto began to do very quickly and a lot of small cuts. When he finished 10 minutes later, Madara and Hashirama were already dead. They died from too much and a sharp loss of blood. Naruto decided to finally leave there and seal Kurama from this world. Before that, when he came out and removed the barriers, the shinobi saw nothing. They did not see anything since Naruto restored everything with the technique of the earth, restoration of nature. This technique restores everything around. After leaving the battlefield, Naruto moved to Ashina-sama. Arriving in residency, he did not see anyone, having learned from the secretary that Uzukage's wife was giving birth and he was there now. Naruto decided not to bother them and go to Uzukage tomorrow and now go and rest. The next day, Naruto told all the missing moments with Zetsu and Biju to Ashina-sama. After that, she went to Mito, who, after learning that Naruto had returned, was very happy and told that she now has a sister who was named Kushina. Hearing the name of his mother, Naruto thought, Naruto, so that's how mom got into Konoha. She was stolen at her birth, the village was destroyed and then the memories were replaced that she allegedly came from Uzushio. After talking a little more with Mito, Naruto went to the training ground to train. Having done everything according to the standard, he learned from Kurama that in 5 years he would be able to open the second circle, and if he waited 10 years, then immediately the third. Naruto also came up with a plan to create a new hidden village. To put it into action, he had to open all 9 circles of the seal. Time skip is 20 years old. On the streets of Uzushio, a guy looks like he is no more than 20, but in fact he is already 55 years old, which by the standards of this clan and village is very small, and he is in a resident Uzukage. And here again this door and again Uzukage itself will issue a mission of rank A knock. A voice is heard outside the door and a short entering the residence. Naruto saw Uzukage, who, as always, was sitting and reviewing papers, but when he saw Naruto, he abruptly cheered up. Ashina about Naruto-kun, I was waiting for you. In a month there will be a tournament between her shinobi and the village. And you will have to participate in it too. Naruto Ashina herself, is this necessary? Ashina, yes. And it's not up for discussion. Naruto is good. But what will this tournament give me? I'm asking a perfectly logical question, just what's the point of fighting if there is no reward? Ashina's prize will be 10 million Ri and a 2-story house next to mine. Naruto is not bad, good. I agree, although it will be possible not to buy a house, and 10 million Ri is also very good. Ashina is still free. Naruto hi. Naruto came out of the resentment and went to his home. After passing, he lay down and began to think how he could become even stronger. Naruto, what else can I do to become even stronger? I have already opened 3 circles of the seal and now I have at least 10 more years to train to open the 4th. Kurama went to my world of summoning. Naruto, do you have a summoning world? Kurama yes, Naruto, so why the fuck didn't you tell me before? Kurama, because you made a call with these stinking toads, Naruto foxes. Okay, let's go to your world of summoning. Kurama is good. Kurama folded several seals and Naruto got into the clearing. 5 meters away from Naruto, 5 5-tailed foxes and 1 6-tailed fox were sleeping in a circle. They smelled that something was wrong and woke up and strengthened Naruto. Fora, how did you get here, you insignificant mortal? Naruto, so you're in charge here? Fora yes, I am a 6-tailed fox, one of the 8 shadows of Ritsura-sama. Naruto is clear and I am Naruto Uzumaki. The heir of Rikudo Sanin, Jinchuriki Kuramu, and the future Biju and the god of this world and the next. The Fora that you bear is God and the founder of our world. These are just the inventions of Ritsura-sama, and nothing more. Then a black and white chakra began to flow out of Naruto. And a minute later, Kurama appeared at his full height. Kurama so you say that I'm a fiction. Fora is not M. It can't be. It just can't be. She said, falling to her knees and releasing her katana from her hands. So did the other 5. Kurama can and now take me to Ritsuru. Now I need to talk to him. He spoke taking human form with only 9 tails, and fox ears. Fora good, and they moved into the depths of the forest, passing through the barrier, which Naruto felt for himself. They got into the city. Kitsune went everywhere, it became so easy in this city that it seemed as if you took off the weights and felt light, although Naruto did not take them off. Having reached the middle of the city under the strange gazes of other kitsune, we came to a building that looked like a resident uzumaki, kurama _ what have they done to my world? There were dense forests and many rivers and waterfalls, where to do it all, where they did it. He spoke almost crying. Entering the building and going up to the second floor, we entered the office and saw another fox only with 7 tails, for Ritsuru herself was granted to us by our god, Ritsuru _ that Kurama herself, Kurama _ yes baby Ritsuru, and now I'm going to beat you for turning my beautiful world into this, and Kurama began to beat this 7-tailed biju. After Kurama got tired of it, he said, Kurama _ okay Ritsuru, I came to teach my Jinchuriki our Sanin fashion in 2 years, Naruto _ Kurama, but we only have a month, Kurama _ you are a fool, that time flows differently in this world. Here are 2 years in your world of 26 days, Naruto got it, Ritsuru _ okay Kurama, I will do everything myself. Your training starts tomorrow, Naruto, and what your Sanina regime can give, Ritsuru _ well, firstly, in the Fox Sanin mode, your speed will increase 13 times, secondly, all the senses will become better, that is, you will be able to hear everything within a kilometer, the same applies to all other senses except the eyes, they will be able to see 2 kilometers ahead and, like Sharingan, predict the movements of the enemy. Dexterity will grow so that it will be impossible to even hit you, the strength will grow 20 times, you will also be able to turn into a fox or a kitsune, you will have tails that you can control as additional body parts, the number of tails depends on your strength. The stronger you are, the more tails. That's all, but each user of our Sanin mode has a unique ability subject only to him. You will be the first user of the Sanina Fox mode, so your ability will be the first, Naruto, I understood well. And where do Kurama and I live? Ritsuru _ don't worry, I'll deal with it, Naruto is good, Ritsuru _ when we find you a place to live, I will send a fora for you, Naruto and Kurama are fine. The next day, Ritsuru started training Naruto himself, time skip year. How surprised Ritsuru was when Naruto learned Sanin's regime in 1 year. Now Naruto and Kurama are going to Ritsuru for Sanin's cloak and a special katana. After receiving all this and saying goodbye, Naruto and Kurama returned back. Kurama got into print and Naruto dispelled the clone he was leaving so that nothing would be suspected. When Naruto returned, he realized that he still had a lot of time. He decided to spend this time with Mito. Arriving at Mito's house, Naruto knocked on the door. A few minutes later the door was opened by Naomi-san. Naruto, hello Naomi-san, is Mito at home? Naomi, she's in her room, you can follow her. Having said this, this woman made such a smile that she began to look more like Kurama. Entering the house, Naruto went to Mito's room, and knocking on the door began to wait. After a few minutes of knocking outside the door, Mito opened it. Mito _ about Naruto, you need something, comma, I say trying not to blush. Naruto de Mito. Let's go for a walk. Mito _ is good Naruto. Just wait a couple of minutes, I'll change now, Naruto is good. I'll be waiting for you downstairs, Mito _ and Mito quickly hid behind the door, immediately closing it. Naruto went downstairs and saw Naomi-san. She noticed him too. Why did you invite her for a walk, Naruto? Yes. Is something wrong? Naomi _ yes, there is nothing, just interested. Comma, I wonder how soon they will go beyond the usual walks. Sit down Naruto-kun. Naruto decided to listen to her and sat down at the table. A few seconds later, a cup of tea was already in front of him. Naruto took the cup and began to drink tea. Naruto, I've been to their house so many times and drank Naomi-san tea so many times, but she's just a goddess. Every new cup tastes better than the previous one. After 10 minutes of talking with us, Mito came down to them. Naruto, about Mito, you are already everything, Mito _ yes. Somehow she answered me briefly. Naomi, are you leaving already? She says this with feigned sadness. It feels like she's up to something. Naruto and Naomi-san were already leaving. After that, Naruto and Mito went for a walk. First of all, Naruto and Mito went to the park. In the park, they walked and talked about various topics, such as, is Naruto ready for the tournament or not? What progress Mito has in cookies? And on other similar topics. And so they walked all day, and by the end of the day Naruto took Mito home before looking at the sunset, and at this pace, the rest of the month has passed. Naruto goes to the central arena to confirm that he will participate. When he got there, he noticed that they came just in time. Standing in a row with other shinobi, among whom were Umbu and even Genuis. The examiner was Uzumaki. Looking at it all, Naruto even caught a couple of flashbacks when he took the Chunin exam for the first time. Uzumaki told the rules. They were the same as in the Chunin exam, only it was strictly forbidden to kill. The first fight was Kana with some Umbu in a wolf mask. The wolf was a strong opponent for Kong. It gave out his heavy breathing, but he was still able to win. The second fight was Umbu Tiger's fight against another swordsman with Samihata. Here Bogdal naturally swordsman, and now a lot of meager fights have passed since the Genins and Chunins fought. And here is Naruto's fight against a swordsman with Kiba swords. Naruto, I remember these swords. And I know their abilities, so it will be easy. After the fight began, Naruto decided to finish everything pretty quickly. He threw a kunai at the enemy, from which he came back and got a very strong bream like Tsunade, from which he passed out. The winner is Naruto Uzumaki. When half of them were eliminated, they staged a fight in which all the remaining 30 people were together. The winner will be standing on his feet while the others will be lying down, and so the fight began. Everyone immediately began to fight while Naruto was placing Hiraishin seals on them. As soon as there were only 3 people left, not counting Naruto. Namely, Kan, Fox, and swordsman with Samihata. Naruto decided to act. At first, he attacked the swordsman with Samihata with his tanto, but seeing that they did not reach because the swordsman did not let Naruto near him, Naruto decided to use his chains with which he caught the opponent. Having bound the opponent with chains, Naruto forced him with a blow to the neck. After cleaning the swordsman, Naruto forced the fox by moving behind him. He could have done the same with Kan, but Naruto decided that he would defeat him in Kenjutsu. Taking out both tanto and draining them into a katana, Naruto attacked Kana. Kong tried to block the blows, but he could not predict Naruto's style. And now Kan gets a cut and sees that Naruto is making a move like the last time when he was paralyzed by Naruto. Having won, Naruto and Kana declared the winner. And Uzumaki gave Naruto the keys to the new house and a check for 10 million Ri. After the tournament, Naruto sent the clone to pack up his things in his dorm and moved to a new house, and Naruto himself moved to a new house. After going there, he saw a house that was not inferior to the Uzumaki house. This house was just as big and beautiful. Inside there was a kitchen, a living room, 5 rooms, 2 toilets and 2 bathrooms, and furniture was already everywhere. Naruto, well, this is a fucking house. Just what should I do here alone? Kurama _ to play shogi with me. Kurama was talking while climbing out of Naruto. Naruto, well, there's really nothing to do, and so they began to play until the evening. And then Naruto, having done the water procedures, went to bed. Waking up, Naruto did water procedures. Shursui had breakfast, after which he sat down and began to think about what and whom he needed to save. Naruto _ Kurama, are you sleeping? Kurama, Naruto means you're sleeping. Okay, I'll remember myself. After a few hours of long reflection, Naruto remembered that just during the reign of Tobirama, a plan was devised to cut out the Uchiha, and Naruto decided to help the poor Uchiha. Even if he didn't like them either, because they were always chasing power, despite the fact that even becoming a Nukenin didn't stop them. Thinking about it, Naruto even winced remembering his former teammate. He hasn't thought much about this decision yet. initially after the start of thinking, he immediately began to doubt it, because if he saves them, they will be chasing the force. And even if his former teammate is born and lives in a family, he will decide to covet someone else's and, having been defeated, will again try to find strength. But then Naruto also remembered that Mikoto definitely became Fugaku's wife against her will. She also had bookmarks on her. After all, she was the daughter of an elder who really wanted to get closer to the head of the clan for greater influence on the clan and the village. This information means that without giving bookmarks to Mikoto, she will not marry Fugaku, and if she does not marry Fugaku, then Sasuke and Itachi will not be born, although it's even a pity for the latter, because he, unlike his brother, was normal. There were also adequate Uchiha in the clan, such as Shisui, who did not seek power. And the clan began to plan an uprising after all only after they found out the truth. And this means that he was more or less normal during the reign of Fugaku. After thinking a little more, I decided to save this clan after all. Now it remains only to figure out how to do it. I didn't have to think for a long time because I had 3 options at once. The first one looked like this: I create with the help of Earth technology, restoration of nature, somewhere in a place where there is no life, a huge island in the middle to make it harder to get inside, and there I build them a village. The second option is to simply kill Tobirama so that he does not have time to come up with a plan and pass it on to someone else. And the third was to combine the first 2. Among these options, I chose the third one because I like it more, because the 6th Hokage will not be born and it will be just wonderful. I went to put my plan into action. Yes, Naruto also found out that Kakashi was Tobirama's great-grandson. After his long thoughts, Naruto went to put everything into action. For this plan, the Valley of Geysers was ideally suited. It is almost the same as the Valley of Hell, only closer to the territory of the Land of Fire. That's where Naruto went. After going to the place, he thanked the Sage of the 6 Paths who asked all the Biju to give Naruto half of his chakra, which translated to obtaining many genomes, including lava. Which turned out to be quite a lot in the Valley of Geysers. If it wasn't for the lava shield that Naruto called upon himself, he would have died here. When Naruto reached the middle, he spread his arms and using the technique, restoration of nature, a wave went like Shinra Tensei, only she did not bring everything around, but she turned everything unfit for habitation into livable conditions. And so after a couple of minutes Naruto was already standing in the middle of a very large clearing, walking to the beginning of the valley. Naruto thought that it turned out great, even better than I expected. Geysers and lava continued to stand around the clearing in a ring now, and it all created something like a fog, a poisonous fog through which it was impossible to see anything. Naruto, great, now you need to put a couple of barriers. And Naruto began to put barriers. A concealment barrier, a sound isolating barrier, a barrier of 5 white lights, an air filtration barrier, a poison isolation barrier, an absorbing barrier. He put the last one so that the shinobi could not dispel the fog. After all the manipulations, Naruto began construction, which took place quite quickly thanks to the techniques of the tree. Flashback Kurama_Naruto, are you ready to open the 3rd circle of the seal? Naruto is good. Naruto, having opened the 3rd circle, felt that his strength and chakra had increased very much again. He also felt something. Naruto, what do I feel? Kurama is the element of the tree. Apparently wake up after the opening of the 3rd circle. Naruto is clear. The end of the flashback at such a pace. In a week Naruto built an entire village, in which he built, in addition to ordinary residential buildings, shops, a restaurant, a cafe, and other similar buildings. After that, he wanted to conduct water, but since all the water that was turned out to be poisonous, then he decided to do everything on the seals. Having solved the problem with water, Naruto solved the problem with light in the same way. Naruto, I leave everything else to the future owners. And now to Konoha to remove the Tobirama and pick up the Uchiha. Naruto, although stop, let Tobirama write his plan, there will be something to show the Uchiha. With such thoughts, Naruto returned to the village, and since it was already night, after doing water procedures, went to bed. Waking up, Naruto decided that today he would visit the Uzumaki family. After taking water treatments, he ate curry and went to Ashina-sama's house. It was already 7 in the morning and all the people were going somewhere, opening counters. When he reached the house, Naruto knocked and the door was opened to him by a pretty grown-up girl, but only by the standards of other clans and villages, and by the standards of her clan, she was still a child. Naruto about Kushina-chan. Hello. Seeing Naruto, Kushina was a little embarrassed. Kushina_hi Naruto-kun. Naruto and Mito at home, there is no Kushin. Naruto, then where is she? Kushina, she said something about training. Probably left to train. Naruto is clear. Okay, thanks Kushina-chan. Naruto turned around and was about to leave when Kushina caught him by the shoulder. Kushina_Naruto-kun, can you wait for your sister with us? She should come soon. Naruto is good. If you think she's coming soon, then I'll wait for her at your place. Having said this, Naruto and Kushina went into the house, and sat down at the table and began to talk about different topics. And Mito came almost to lunch, and when she saw Naruto talking to her younger sister, she was a little surprised, but then she was immediately happy because she remembered that she had promised him that she would walk with him today. Mito_, I was walking home from training and wanted to go after Naruto because I promised him yesterday that I would take a walk with him today. And so I walk up to the house, open the door and hear someone talking to Kushina. I ran into the kitchen and saw Naruto, who was sitting and talking to Kushina. I was surprised at first, but then I remembered again that I promised to take a walk with him. Entering the kitchen, Mito greeted everyone and also sat down at the table. After they talked for another hour, Kushina pounced to take a walk with them. Under the pressure of the cat's eyes, Mito could not resist and took her little sister with her. So they still walked until the evening, and after looking at the sunset, Naruto took them home. Time skip is 3 years old. During this time, Naruto was unable to open another circle and therefore continued to train physically and spiritually. And I also did not forget to create 17,000 clones in my subconscious every day, since Kurama said that 10,000 is very small now and more is needed, and so Naruto goes to Konoha for Tobirama's soul. And so Naruto goes to Konoha and goes to the Hokage's office. On the way to the residency, he put an illusory barrier and a barrier of 5 white deer, so that no one can see that Hokage and Naruto are fighting. You ask why no one attacked Naruto, then I will tell you he used the henge, and so that he was not detected by sensors, he used the soul cover technique. With this technique, he could say he created an aura around himself that changed his henge at the cellular level. And therefore, even the best sensors could not distinguish Naruto from his shinobi, whom Naruto killed before coming to Konoha. Just for this technique, going into the mignonette, he immediately neutralized everyone who was there and went into the office and decided not to delay it for a long time, just moved behind Tobirama's back and pierced his chest with his hand. Naruto wanted to pull out his heart, but it turned out to be a water clone, Naruto, and this is already interesting. After that, Tobirama himself appeared in the office. Tobirama_who and what are you? Before he could finish, Naruto attacked him with his tanto. Tobirama began to defend himself and try to attack Naruto. It was like Genin trying to defeat Kage. Tobirama, realizing that it was useless to attack in the vicinity, decided to use techniques. Tobirama_Suiton bullets, Suiton jet, Suiton dragon. 3 techniques flew at Naruto, which he absorbed. Tobirama_ you are the Lord of Biju, the man who destroyed the alliance and defeated and killed the 5 Kage with Madara, the one who won and took the 9 Biju. You came for me, but why, Naruto? I know what you're planning to do with the Uchiha clan. That's why I want to kill you. Tobirama_ha. I have already passed the plan to Hiruzen, and he has implemented it. Naruto, you didn't understand me. I'll take the Uchi away from you. Tobirama_ you have no right to do this. Naruto, I won't do it. I'll just show them your plan and they'll leave by themselves. Tobirama, you can't do that. I won't let you. Naruto, and what will you do? to Tobirama for calling the god of death, Naruto is clear. You're summoning Shinigami yourself, Tobirama what? Well, okay, you don't have to live, Naruto, we'll see about that. Tobirama summoned the god of death and told him to kill Naruto for his soul. Shigami looked at Naruto and remembered who it was. Shinigami is immortal. I am the guardian of the Uzumaki clan and I cannot take their souls. And Shinigami disappeared, taking Tobirama's soul for his summoning. Tobirama died and Naruto found a plan. He went to the Uchiha clan and penetrated into the office of the head of the clan and waited until he passed, and then some Uchiha came into the office, and when he came in, he felt something wrong and activated the Sharingan. Noticed Naruto, Glava you are who and what you need. Naruto noticed all the same. Okay, I'm Naruto Uzumaki, came to save your clan from the clipping. Glava what are you talking about? What a clipping, Naruto? If you don't believe it, then hold it. And Naruto threw him a plan. After reading the chapter he was shocked. Glava we are one of the clans that founded the village and they want to exterminate us. But how are they in the middle? Naruto, be quiet, don't shout, I have a suggestion for you. Glava well, I'm listening to you, Naruto. I can settle you in the Valley of Geysers. Glava but it's impossible to live there. Naruto I have done everything, you will have your own village. Glava okay, I agree. But what the clan will owe you, Naruto, is good. And you owe me just access to your archives and so that I can influence the affairs of the clan and the future daughter of one of the elders of the clan. Glava I agree, it's still better than being cut out. Naruto is good, then I will teleport you immediately to your village. Just pack your things since there is nothing there except buildings. Glava is good, and all the Uchiha began to gather. And after a long healthy and heaps of sealed things, all the Uchiha stood in the center of the clan and held hands and waited. Naruto, is that all? If yes, let me put seals on you so that the barrier standing there would let you through, and so that you would not remember from the poisonous fog that surrounds the village. Glava do well, and Naruto put these seals on everyone. Naruto, everyone is ready, so you can be transferred from here, and Naruto teleports everyone to the village he built. Naruto is everything. They immediately warn you there are geysers around the village releasing poisonous smoke forming no less poisonous fog, and only thanks to my seals everything is in order. Glava is good. I understand you, Naruto. Everything on all houses are seals, barrier, air filter. And inside there are seals for water and light. Glava thank you. If it wasn't for you, our clan would just be cut out and that's it. Naruto is not for that. Everyone get used to it and I'll go. And Naruto left and the Uchiha began to get used to the new village only with their own. Mikari Uchiha, the wife of Tosa Uchiha, one of the elders of the Uchiha clan, gave birth today. After a long labor, a child was born. As they later found out, it was a girl. Picard and Tosa were very unhappy with this because they wanted a boy. On the very first day, Mikoto called this girl that way. They tried to intimidate Ki, but it didn't work out. And so the days, months and years went by. Mikoto did not see her father since he stayed at work until the evening and came only at night when Mikoto was already asleep, and sometimes he did not come at all. Her mother also began to go on missions more often, on very long missions, too, so as not to see her daughter more often. So from early childhood Mikoto learned to be independent. She was very talented, you could even say brilliant, but no one saw this genius. At 1 year old she learned to walk well, at 2 to speak, at 2.5 she could already speak very well just like an adult, without hesitation and mistakes. At 3 years old she learned to read, and at 4 to write, and at 5 she was already learning to cook because she was already tired of custard noodles. And now she turned 6 years old and she decided to get out of the village because on her birthday, no one congratulated her anyway, and she got away from her parents. Only it would be better if you were not born at all. And she decided that since there was nothing to lose, it would be better for her to go out and make herself a gift by finding out what the area behind the village looks like. And so she passed through the barrier and sees a thick fog. walking in front of the fog dissipates and she sees how beautiful the area behind the village is. There are a lot of trees and flowers everywhere. After admiring all this, she did not notice how she moved very far from the village. After she did this, she felt that someone was hitting her in the carotid artery and she was losing consciousness. Naruto, I came again to visit the red-eyed clan and Mikoto, to whom they do not show proper attention. She is truly talented to become so independent at such an early age. I don't know if they don't treat her better, then I'll take her away from there. As always, after checking everything in order with the head of the clan and the village, I went in search of Mikoto. I found her near the exit of the village. As always, I began to follow her. She went beyond the barrier. How good that I come and personally put seals on everyone, otherwise she would have died now. And yes, these are the same feelings of children's joy and admiration, how she liked the countryside. Stop, who else is this? The abduction of the daughter of the head of the Uchiha clan, although maybe they do not know about the existence of the Uchiha clan because there has been no information about it for 6 years and maybe everyone thinks that the clan no longer exists. Okay, it's time to return Mikoto. Jumping off the tree, Naruto set off to catch up with the thief. Catching up with the thief, Naruto recognized Sarutobi Hiruzen in him. Naruto, either he knows who Mikoto is or he just stopped. He's a pervert, most likely I know why he stole it. And now I'm going to kill him so that he can no longer do such things. After going down, Naruto said, Naruto, let her go, you dirty pervert. Hiruzen, at least you know who he is. Naruto, yes I know, dirty pervert Hokage. Hiruzen yes. That is, no. No and no. I'm not a pervert, Naruto, then why do you need this girl? Hiruzen, you don't need to know that, and Naruto attacked him. No sooner had Hiruzen lowered the girl than his heart was held by a hand from behind a standing man. Naruto is a weakling and Naruto took Mikoto in his arms and carried her. 5 minutes after the murder of Hiruzen, Mikoto woke up and noticed a guy who was fighting with her grandfather who knocked her out. Yes, she was able to see the pervert and remember what he looks like, and it's definitely not him. Naruto noticed that Mikoto was moving and looked at her. Mikoto saw his look and immediately blushed. Mikoto, when I woke up, I looked at the man who was carrying me and saw a red-haired guy. This is definitely not the same old grandfather. When he looked at me, I blushed, because I had never seen such a warm look in my life. But after a while I fell asleep again, in his arms. Mikoto woke up already in her room. She was very upset because she knew that maybe she wouldn't see that guy again. But she decided not to get upset and wait for the moment when she could see him again. A month after the attempt to kidnap Mikoto, her brother was born, who was named Tora. Mikoto thought that he would be treated the same as with her, but how wrong she was. As soon as Tora was born, her parents seemed to be different, because they treated her, to put it mildly, shitty, and it was as if he was an angel descended from heaven. After the birth of Tora, she thought for a long time why everything is like this, why he is loved and she is not, why he has everything and she does not, and so on. When Tora turned 5, he learned to speak something indistinctly and tried to mock his sister as much as possible. At first, he just said that she was calling him names for which Mikoto received a lot of swearing from her parents, and then that she was beating him, and for this Mikoto began to punish her even more with her hands, feet, and even sticks. Especially strongly, Tora decided to make fun of her on her 11th birthday. He asked his dad to he put an umbu to him, to which Tosa agreed. So Tora goes with Umbu towards Mikoto and orders Umbu to beat her. Umbu obeys the order and attacks her by pushing her so that Mikoto fell. He was about to start kicking her, but he was prevented. Naruto, I came to check on Mikoto and Vitomo for a reason. Having dealt with the head of the clan, I moved to the mark that stood on Mikoto. And when I saw what was happening here, I caught Umbu by the leg and broke it off, changed my mind and threw my hands and feet at the younger asshole Mikoto, from which he and Umbu flew into the wall of Mikoto's house and made a small crater in it, since I did not hit full force. Mikado's father also came out to the crash, and when he saw what happened to his son, he started shouting at me, Tosa _ how dare you? Do you even know who I am? Naruto, I know you're a pathetic mortal who can't do anything compared to the one you're yelling at, Tosa _ yes you. And he sent a fireball to Naruto and Mikado, which Naruto absorbed. Tonto, angry, Naruto released his killing aura, causing everyone present to fall to their knees except Mikado. Naruto, am I kidding you? All the shinobi of the village and the head came to the aura. Glava _ what's going on here? Naruto-san, Naruto is showing nothing to this scum who is in charge here. Naruto approached Tasso and said, Naruto, you want me to deprive you of everything? Tasso _ and how will you do it? Naruto is very simple, and Tasso lost his left arm and right leg. Naruto is to demote this shinobi to the rank of a student of the academy and without the possibility of promotion, and deprive him of all the privileges of an elder. Tasso _ no, you can't do that. Naruto, why am I the one who created this village and gave it to you? Can't do this. Tasso _ Naruto _ all conversation is over, my order to carry out immediately. Also, I'm taking Mikado-chan away from here. Clearly, chapter is clear. Well, Naruto herself and Naruto took Mikado and left with the help of Hiraition for the village closer to Uzushio. Mikado, they wanted to beat me up, but I was saved by some man that even the head turns to him for san. Yes, he is like that. No, he's taking me with him, but I don't want to. No, it means I won't see my savior anymore. That it can't be him. Once outside the village, Naruto took off the henge and Mikado saw her savior. It was the same person who saved her then. Naruto, don't be afraid, now everything will be fine. After going to the village, Naruto and Mikado went to the resident Uzukage. After going there, Naruto and Mikado missed without any questions. Naruto, Uzukage herself, can you settle this girl in the village? Ashina is good. What's your name? He turned to Mikado. Already. Mikado Uchiha. Uzukage almost fell out of reality. Of course, a girl from a clan that has not been glowing for 11 years. Ashina is clear. Fill out these forms. Mikado is good, and Uzukage gave them some pieces of paper on which there were questions like, how old, name, what do you like and don't like. After filling it all out, Mikado gave the papers to Uzukage. After checking everything, he gave the order. Ashina, Naruto will show her the village where everything is and show her the hostel where you used to live, the apartment next to your ex. Naruto, hi Uzukage-sama, and Naruto and Mikado came out of the resentment and immediately went to review the village. In the evening when they finished, Naruto took Mikado to her dorm and to her apartment. The next day, Naruto went to Mikado. After going to her, he knocked on the door and Mikado opened it to him in a kitchen apron. Mikado, it's you, Naruto-kun. Then come in. Naruto, yes, it's me, Mikado-chan. Today I wanted to introduce you to my friends. Mikado is good. But come in for breakfast first. Naruto is fine, I don't mind, and Naruto went to Mikado's apartment. What he immediately noticed was a very delicious smell. After eating steaks with rice and salad, we went to Mito and Kushina. Arriving at Uzukage's house, Naruto knocked on the door. Mito opened it for him. Mito _ about Naruto, hello, and who is this with you? Naruto _ about this is Mikado-chan. Mikado, hello, I'm Mikado. Mito _ okay, now we'll talk to you. She smiled softly, so that I was even pleased. And they went into the Uzukage house, and long questions began. Mito _ well, tell me who you are, what your name is and how you met Naruto. Mikado, I am Mikado Uchiha. Mito's jaw dropped. Her thoughts now seemed to be similar to her father's thoughts. Until the age of 11, she lived in a village that was built for the Naruto-kun clan. Mito _ when did you manage to build an entire village? Naruto, well, you know, while I went on assignments. Mito _ okay. We'll deal with this later, but now continue. Mikado-chan. Mikado is good, so where did I stop? Oh, yes, I lived in the clan until I was 11. And Mikado told everything in great detail. At the end of the story, Mito was already crying, because in her opinion and, in principle, in the opinion of everyone else, you can't treat a little girl like that. And then she asked Naruto for a very long time, too, but without learning anything new, she decided to hug little Mikoto a little. Mikoto also met Kushina that day, who also immediately liked her, and after the story, she generally became a plush toy for Kushina, and at this pace, half a year has passed. Mikoto managed to get to know most of the Uzumaki, and like them. And so she goes to Mito and Kushina. During this time they have become very good friends. After passing, they went for a walk together with their company. On a walk, Mikoto found out that Naruto-kun is not in the village yet because he is on missions and will not return soon, so she decided that she would just walk with Mito and Kushina and train Naruto. I wonder how Mito is with the girls. A freaking mission for a month. What are these Nukanins in general? Well, the fact that even the Hunins could not defeat them speaks of their not bad level of strength. Okay, we need to finish the mission faster and leave. After completing the mission, Naruto returned to the village and after reporting everything to Uzumaki, immediately went to look for Mito, Kushina and Mikoto. Naruto searched for them for more than an hour, but not finding anywhere, he remembered that his Hiraishin seals were on the girl. Naruto, damn, I forgot about the seals on them. And Naruto moved to Mito, and as it turned out, these three were sitting in a restaurant that was almost on the edge of the village. Naruto_, now it's clear why I didn't notice them. Seeing Naruto, Mito ran up and hung on his neck, and the two younger ones just looked at her with an envious look. Mito_, why are you taking so long? I missed. Naruto was on a mission to destroy one squad of Nukanins. Mito_, are you alright? Naruto, don't worry so much. I couldn't be defeated by all the Kage and the Nukanins, in your opinion, can I? I say, hugging her to me. Mito only snuggled closer to Naruto. Mikoto and Kushina_, are we bothering you? Naruto and Mito_, not really. Mikoto and Kushina, I mean, Naruto and Mito_, indirect. While saying this, we smiled along the way. Mito_, do you remember what we were talking about? So you're still young. At this, Mikoto and Kushina, remembering the conversation, blushed. Flashback, waking up as usual, Mito did water treatments and ate, after which she began to wait for Kushina. When the second one did everything, they went to their new friend. After going to Mikoto, they knocked and Mikoto opened to them. Oh, it's you. Come in. Mito and Kushina entered and sat on the sofa. Mito started a conversation. Mito_, let's talk about Naruto. Mikoto, I mean, Kushina only wrote down her head in confirmation of her friend's question. Mito_, well, I know that you are also in love with him. Kushina, I'm not in love with anyone. Anyway, I'm still a little girl. Mikoto, realizing that she was discovered, blushed like Hinata, a little more and she would lose consciousness. Mito_, Mikoto, and what about you? Mikoto, I'm also still a little girl, so I'm not in love with anyone. Mito_, well, then, since you are still small, then Naruto is mine. Kushina_, what? Mito_, well, look, you said yourself that you are still small. That's why Naruto is mine. Kushina_, damn, it's not fair. Mikoto, it's not fair. Mito_, you said yourself, I said with a smile of the winner. Mikoto and Kushina_, okay, but it's only up to a certain point. Mito_, okay. The end of the flashback, Naruto looked at them strangely, but did not ask questions about what they were up to. And after a long hug, Naruto sat down at their table and they began to ask him how his mission went, and Naruto dutifully answered all the questions asked to him. And so a month passed. They walked almost every day, walked before this unforgettable workout, and so Naruto calls Uzumaki on an urgent matter. After going to the residency, Naruto knocked on the door and hearing enter, he went in. Naruto was called Ashina-san. Ashina, yes Naruto, we have problems. Naruto, what happened? Ashina, the swords of 7 swordsmen were stolen from us. Naruto, how many swords were stolen? Ashina_, 3, Samahadu, Decapitator and Kiba swords. Naruto, it looks like Kan is dead. Hi Uzumaki-sama. Uzumaki was last seen at the border of the Land of Fire. Naruto, I don't need this information, my Hiraishin seal is on the decapitator. Uzumaki is good. Start the mission immediately. Naruto high and Naruto disappeared in a scarlet flash, teleport breaking through immediately to the decapitator. Naruto immediately moved to the seal that made it not tangible. Time just stopped there, and even if Naruto is there for a year, then in reality not even a second will pass, and Naruto began to think about a plan of action. Naruto, so we leave Zabuza alive together with Kisame, and Raiga can be killed. Okay, so that's what we'll do. But it is necessary to wake them up, because it will not be right, if I attack them while they are sleeping, then I will not be the best of all. From Konoha. When Naruto came back out, he saw Raiga, who apparently got up after feeling something. Naruto, Taiga, wake up your friends and let's start the fight. Taiga, what are you? Naruto, it doesn't matter, wake up. Taiga, okay. Zabuza, Kisame, rise, attack. After these words, Zabuza and Kisame immediately stood up, and before he could say anything, Naruto attacked them with his tanto and chains. Naruto attacked Raiga, who in turn also began to attack. Here Raiga tries to hit Naruto from above, but Naruto blocks and attacks in the stomach. This blow is already blocked by Raiga. And so it came to Raiga that Naruto was stronger than him, and he decided to attack with lightning. After jumping from Naruto, Raiga began to attack Naruto with lightning bolts from the sky, controlling them with swords. Naruto just absorbed them. When Raiga had little chakra left, Naruto crossed Tanto in front of him, jumped and clung to the trees with chains, said, "Ray of Death," and all the lightning that Naruto absorbed only in the form of a ray flew into Raiga. The Ray of Death technique allows Naruto to release all the techniques that he absorbed just before all the techniques inside the seals were connected and formed a ray. So Naruto could even mix fire and water. When the ray reached its goal, Raiga was torn into atoms and all that remained were his swords. After killing Raiga, Naruto took the swords and removed the seals of paralysis from Zabuza and Kisame and said, "Naruto, leave while I give you a chance." Kisame and Mummy decided to listen to the advice and immediately left. Naruto, that's great. Now it remains only to come up with an excuse for Uzumaki, and Naruto moved back. Retreat. Naruto does not train in his seal because with a long stay in it, for example a month, his body begins to collapse. And his regeneration does not work in print. The end of the retreat. Returning to the village, Naruto went to Uzumaki. In Uzumaki's office. Uzumaki, so you didn't take the two swords? Naruto, yes, they disappeared into the fog. Uzumaki, okay, next time you'll take the rest and now you can be free. Naruto high, and Naruto went to sleep since it was night. Waking up, Naruto remembered that Minato had another family, and he decided that it would not be bad to visit Konoha. Naruto, yes, I need to visit Konoha, I'll find out who was at Minato's. And Naruto went to Uzumaki. Arriving at the residence, Naruto, as always, knocked on the door and, as always, heard enter. Entering the office, Naruto immediately started a conversation. Naruto, Ashina-san, can you let me go for a couple of weeks? Ashina, where is Naruto-kun? Naruto, I want to visit a place. Ashina _ what if not a secret? Naruto, I don't want to talk about it. I pretended that I was very sad. Ashina _ okay, I can see that it's hard for you to talk about it. Okay, you can go. Naruto, thank you Ashina-san. Ashina, there's nothing to go for, and Naruto went to collect his equipment if someone attacked. Sealed everything necessary. Naruto went to Konoha. He got there pretty quickly because there is a Hiraishin mark on the territory of the Land of Fire, which he put when he fought with the swordsman. Moving to the mark, Naruto went to Konoha. Having reached the destination, which was Konoha, this time Naruto decided not to use henge because he thought that everyone who saw him without him was already dead, but he decided to hide his chakra. After going to the village without much effort, he went in search of the Hokage, but when he saw that there were almost no people on the streets and those who were in a hurry somewhere, he realized that some kind of event was taking place now. And he decided to find out what was going on. Naruto is her young man, and what kind of event is taking place now? Passerby _ don't you know? Naruto is not. Passerby is currently undergoing an exam for the title of Chunin. Naruto, what's true? That our exam is already taking place. So I'm going there. Passerby _ okay, but I need to hurry. And the passerby increased his speed and began to walk faster. Naruto, so that's where I'll see both Minato and his child. After a while, Naruto stood on the roof of the arena and watched Shikamaru and Temari fight. Naruto? And what about these two is that everything is always good in this world. Well, as I knew, Shikamaru gave up. Okay, now there will be a fight. That Menma seriously couldn't come up with anything original, could they? Okay, now we'll find out what he's capable of. And seeing what Menma was doing, Naruto made a hand face. Menma _ give up because my father is Hokage, the Hage is my Kazekage. Menma for this began to last because his status and the status of his father did not help here. Menma _ oyu. And he ran to Gaara with kunai. It was because of these words and actions that Naruto made the hand face gesture. But as soon as he took his hand off his face, he saw that Menma was almost crushed, and Minato came to his aid in a flash, throwing the Hage away from Menma. He immediately attacked the Hage and wanted to kill him, but then Tonto Naruto appears near Gaara, and immediately Naruto himself appears near him. Naruto Hokage, you are a weakling, attack Genuis. Minato, who else are you? He says angrily. Naruto, why couldn't you recognize me? Minato, I'm asking who are you? He was even more angry. Well, of course I prevented the capture of the one-tailed one. Minato-sama's guard in the village is the Lord of Biju himself. Minato and everyone present began to realize who is now in front of the Hokage. Minato, you can't be, but he must be at least 55 years old, he can't look so young. Naruto, who said that? Why I can't be young? Having said that, Naruto decided to play with all the other Hokage, so he set up a barrier of 5 white lights in the arena. And taking out his Tonto and releasing the chains with a thirst for blood, he attacked Minato. Seeing this, Minato wanted to throw a kunai to dodge, but he did not have time because Naruto was already next to him and struck. Minato blocked the blow with one of his kunai and threw the other aside, after which he moved to him. Naruto in response threw a Tonto at Hokage, from which Minato returned, and threw another kunai at Naruto and wanted to move to him as someone hits him from behind. After a short flight, Minato hit the barrier walls, but was able to stand up. Naruto, are you still standing on your feet? It is interesting. Okay, let's finish. Naruto threw the second Tonto into the barrier. Both Tonto were able to break through the barrier but did not fly out. After that, he began to move so quickly from one to the other that it seemed to everyone that he was standing in the middle and not moving. Seeing this, Minato decided to attack. Throwing a kunai into the silhouette, he moved to it a moment before hitting it and tried to attack, but began to get a lot of cuts. They were not fatal because they were not deep, but nevertheless he received so many of them that he passed out from the pain shock. Those present who saw this could not say anything. Well, of course, the fastest person in the world was surpassed in speed. When Naruto saw that Minato didn't move, he stopped and said, Naruto, Minato, I won't kill you yet, but keep in mind that this is only because Gaara wasn't hurt. Next time you will die. After that, Naruto took Gaara and left the arena with the help of Hiraishin to remove the barrier. Retreat. Naruto, when both Tonto were in the walls of the barrier, began to move towards them very quickly, thereby doing something like a string that moved very quickly, and he began to strike with his claws. The end of the retreat. Once in the cave in which Madara lived in the past world, Naruto spoke. Naruto, Gaara, I am not your enemy. Gaara _ why should I believe you? Naruto, ask your Biju if you can believe me or not. After standing for a while, Gaara heard Biju's voice. Shikaku _ brat, let this person into your subconscious. Gaara _ is good, and Gaara let Naruto into the subconscious, where the second met with Shikaku. Naruto and Gaara started a conversation. Gaara_, so who are you? Naruto, I'm Naruto Uzumaki, I think you've heard of the Lord of Biju. Gaara_, yes, I heard about the Lord of Biju, but don't tell me that you are him, Naruto, and why? Gaara_, because now he must be at least 58 years old, according to the first one. Naruto, you're right. But if you don't believe me, then let me give you my memories. Gaara_ is good, and Naruto relayed the moment of the battle with the Alliance and Kage. Naruto, what do you believe now? Gaara_, yes, I believe. But how did you know that I'm Jinchuriki? Naruto, that's how I made you with him. It was I who sealed Shikaku into you. Gaara_ is clear, thank you for that. Naruto, have you already made friends with him? Gaara_, no, but it will happen soon. I hope so. Naruto is clear, let me talk to him. Flashback, kurama_, Naruto Biju of this world are still sleeping in your scroll? Naruto, yes, kurama_, reprint them into yourself. Naruto is good, and Naruto reprinted the Biju into himself without even printing it. He just sealed the scroll first and then printed them out in his subconscious. Kurama_, oh, now at least it won't be boring. Naruto, hello everyone, all Biju, dr_, who are you and where are we? Naruto, I am Naruto Uzumaki, your future brother. All Biju, dr_, in the sense of a brother. Kurama_, he has already become almost half a Biju. All Biju, dr_, and who are you? And turning their heads towards Kurama, they recognized him as their older brother. All Biju, dr_, but how? Kurama_, I am like him from another world. All Biju, dr_, I mean from another world. Kurama_, damn yes, in the direct, Naruto can just give them his memories. Kurama_, exactly, let's transfer, and Naruto gave all the Biju his memories. Kurama dr_, clear, now everything is clear. Naruto, well, if so, it's very good. Shikaku dr_, stop, so it turns out that Kurama is from your world, that is, this one is now stronger than Shinju? Kurama, yes. At the moment, I am the strongest being in this world. Proudly pronounced this carpet. Yes, so far he is right, but as soon as I open at least 2 more circles, he will be in second place. Shikaku_, yes, damn, now I have to endure another overgrown fox. Naruto, Shikaku, if you want, I'll reprint you into that red-haired boy. Shikaku_, and th, so it is possible. Naruto, yes, Shikaku_, well, in principle, if you look at your memories, he was friends with me. If so, then yes, Naruto is good, so tomorrow we will go to the sun and kill the 3rd Kazekage, so that Russ would become the 4th. Shikaku is good. The next day, everything happened like that. The 3rd Kazekage turned out to be dead and then handed over to Sasori, for good money. Retreat. Gaara's mother did not die during childbirth. The end of the retreat, and Naruto sealed Shikaku in Gaara. The end of the flashback. Gaara is clear. Naruto, okay, go back to your village, your brother and sister are already there. Gaara_ is good. When Gaara and Naruto separated, Naruto went to his temporary shelter, which was a small floating island. Since he had another month, he decided to choose everything from himself during this time. After going to the island, Naruto created a couple of thousand in reality, and then in the subconscious another 40,000. And so began his month-long training. Every day he created as many clones, and all the clones in the subconscious meditated, and those that in reality honed all the techniques of Naruto, and he himself trained physically. And at the end of the month, Naruto was able to open the 6th circle of the seal, although then he had to wait for his body to recover, since it was not ready yet. And after opening, his bones simply began to break because of the chakra, which turned out to be too much. But after 5 days, Naruto was already able to use the chakra, even at the genin level, but still better than nothing. After going to the village and received a dignity from Ashina for leaving for 2 weeks and returning a month later. Went to get from 3 girls, however, I only got a dose of hugs from which I almost died, and then he had to go for a walk with Mito, although he didn't mind because he realized that he had made her worry. After walking, Naruto took Mito home as she fell asleep watching the sunset with Naruto. After taking Mito home, Naruto went to the next house and went into it and noticed that it was clean. Naruto, apparently Mito or someone else was cleaning up here. Okay, I'll find out tomorrow, and now sleep, and Naruto fell asleep forgetting even to take off his tanto, and the next day I received from Naomi-san, for making Mito worry, having received from everyone who was not lazy. Naruto began to think what he should do next. Naruto, now while I can't open the seal, I need to figure out what to do. Kurama, return the sage mode. Naruto, oh it's Yuku. Yes, it would not be bad. But how? Kurama _ how stupid are you after all? Naruto, I mean stupid. You're fucked up, not well, he already owed the role, okay, tell me how to get it back. Kurama _ okay, just get the chakra of other Biju, Naruto, but Shikaku's chakra will have to go to Gaara for it. Kurama will not have to. He left her sealed in you, Naruto, did he know that I would need his chakra? Kurama _ I don't know, but he left her quite a lot. Even more than half of its reserve, Naruto, but if I absorb more than half of his reserve, I will turn into Shinja, you won't become a chicken. You're a Biju yourself, so you won't turn into a Shinja, Naruto, then I will need more chakras of others. Kurama yes, Naruto, okay, I'll come in now. And Naruto went down into the subconscious. The subconscious, Naruto, hello everyone, all Biju, dr_ hello, Naruto, you can do me a favor, Kurama, dr_ what? Naruto, I need about 70% of your reserve chakra, Sangaku, dr_ why, Naruto, I want to return the sage mode, and for this I need your chakra, retreat. The chakra that Biju was given to Naruto before being transferred to this world was absorbed by Kurama, also in order to save Naruto the end of the retreat. Isabu _ well, if it is necessary, then I will give you my chakra. Matatabi _ me too, Gyuki _ we will all give you a chakra, Naruto _ Gyuki, it turns out you can talk normally. So it was Killer Bee who infected him, Gyuki _ yes, and what, Naruto, nothing. Okay, let's get started, and Naruto printed out Shikaku's chakra, and everyone else gave him his own. After that, Naruto fell to the floor and began to hold his eyes, but soon it stopped. Kurama _ what happened? Naruto is nothing, just for some reason my eyes began to hurt sharply, and Naruto stood up and looked at Kurama, after which Kurama ran away in the other direction from Naruto. Naruto, has something happened? Why is he so? Kurama _ you have awakened Sharingan. Naruto what? That's why I didn't understand where I got the Sharingan from. Kurama _ Che heard. He seemed to have calmed down already. Kurama, dr_ most likely, the power that your father transmitted during your transfer is Sharingan, it just woke up only when our chakra appeared in you, Naruto, it looks like you're right. Matatabi, dr_ I wonder why not Rinnegan, Naruto, because at that time Rinnegan was at the reincarnation of Indra. Matatabsib _ most likely you are right, Naruto, okay, what about Kurama now? Kurama _ well, you know, you're going to have to die. Naruto and the other Biju became stupefied. Naruto means to die, Kurama _ in the direct. Only when you die will you be able to be introduced to your father. Naruto is logical, having already calmed down, I say. If I recall my past life, it was only after death that I saw the Sage of the Six Paths. Kurama _ I'm glad that you're still not so stupid, Naruto, okay, I'm off, and Naruto, coming out of his subconscious, decided to make himself Harakiri. After that, he came to a place where he met the Sage of the Six Paths for the first time. Naruto, hello Hagoromo-sama. Hagoromo _ hi Naruto. But how do you know who I am? Naruto is a long time to explain, so I'll just give you my memories. And Naruto gave him his memory. Hagoromo is clear. So you know why I'm here, Naruto? Yes, I am Ashura's reincarnation and you have come to give me his power. Hagoromo _ almost you are also the reincarnation of Indra. Naruto, who else from what? Hagoromo, when I transferred my power to you from your world, you got Sharingan because of this after Madara died and you became the reincarnation of Indra. After that, Naruto was in shock. Hagoromo, okay. I don't have much time, so let's hurry up. Naruto is good. After that, Naruto did everything like the first time, only now he attracted both hands. After receiving the power of Indra and Ashura, Naruto returned to reality. Naruto, yes, I definitely did not expect this, now I am also the reincarnation of Indra. Stop, it means that I now have. And Naruto ran to the mirror in which he saw that both eyes were burning a black Rinnegan from which red circles depart, but indifferent from the usual one where the pupil was small. This Rinnegan had it enlarged and was red. Realizing that he now has the dojutsu of God, as well as the power of this God, Naruto decided that he would need to go to training for 10 years. But first it was necessary to prepare, and to say goodbye to everyone. Naruto, before leaving, you will need to say goodbye to everyone and say how much I'm going. And Naruto decided that today he invited the Uzumaki family and Mikoto to his home to tell everything. But before that, I decided that I needed to at least cook something, and Naruto set to work on the head. And as a result, by the evening the table was already set, and Naruto put the kettle on and created 2 clones that went after the guests. It didn't take long to wait, and after half an hour everyone was at his house. Naruto, take off your clothes perfectly and go to the living room. Everything is fine. A few minutes later, everyone was already in the living room and eating. Naruto decided that let them relax better before receiving very important information. When everyone was weaving, tea was immediately placed in front of them. And already at tea Naruto started. Naruto, I will need to leave the village, I say confidently. Everyone looked at him with surprised eyes. Naruto, I will need to leave the village for training, I continue the unfinished sentence. Ashina_y, Naruto, I have awakened Rinnegan and now I want to learn how to use it. But to do this, you need to leave the village. After everyone heard that Naruto had awakened Rinnegan, their jaw almost dropped. Well, of course someone has awakened the eyes of God, how can you remain normal from this? Ashina is clear. How far are you going to leave? Naruto on Desia, Kurama on 30. Naruto is 30 years old from this all officially. Mito_y is it so long? She was already starting to cry. Naruto, because I don't have an ordinary Rinnegan, but some other one, and it can take a lot of time to master all his abilities. Mikoto, can you show it to us? Naruto, yes of course, and Naruto activated Rinnegan. When everyone took him away, his eyes fell even more into a stupor, because this Rinnegan was not the same as he was described. He was not with a small badge, but on the turn with a large one, not purple but black with red circles, so also with Tamo. After everyone looked at Naruto's eyes, Mito said. Mito_, I'm coming with you. She resolutely condemned. Kushina and Mikoto repeated this for Mito. Naruto was glad that they wanted to go with him, but at the same time he was scared. Naruto, of course I'm glad that you want to come with me, but suddenly something happens and I won't be around or I won't be able to protect you. Mito_, don't worry, everything will be fine. And even more so, we also need to become stronger, and this will not work out in the village. Mikoto and Kushina were only chained up as a sign of agreement. Naomi, Naruto-kun, I'll unscrew her head if something happens to them. I even got scared. Naruto, haha Harasho, nothing will happen to them. Ashina, well, Naomi, don't scare the boy like that. After that, Naomi looked at him with such a look as if she wanted to kill him. After that, Uzumaki decided to block his Wershka. Naomi is good. Naruto, I believe you because even now you are already the strongest shinobi in the village. Naruto, thank you for trusting Naomi-san. After that, they talked a little more and they parted, and the next day Naruto, Mito, Kushina and Mikoto left the village. After leaving the village of Naruto, Mito, Kushina and Mikoto went on a training trip. Time skip is 30 years old. 4 silhouettes approached the village. The first one was wearing a red raincoat with a black stripe on top and a black belt in the middle. Towards the end the raincoat was divided into 9 parts similar to fox tails, black shinobi sandals. The same raincoat was open from above like Hayden's. The silhouette standing next to him was wearing a similar raincoat, only if the first silhouette had a red-black raincoat, then this one had a white-purple one, which was also belted with only white. The third silhouette was no different from the second, except that there was red in place of purple. The third silhouette was wearing the same raincoat, only already dark blue and black. They were all wearing hoods on, and with a white lion painted on the back on their backs, guard 1_stop. Who are you, Naruto? Why did it become so difficult to recognize us? And they took off their hoods, Sentinel 1_Naruto, Mito, Kushina and Mikoto. Have you returned from a trip, Mito_yes. She said firmly. Guard 2_go to Uzumaki, he will be glad to see you, Naruto is good, and they went to the residence. Walking down the street they were looked at with surprise and love, but it was not strange because there was something to look at, because each of the four became very beautiful, Naruto. He has not changed in any way, as he was handsome and remained. But the girls have changed quite a lot. Mito grew her hair up to her hips, which was very much revered with her white and purple cloak. She also became very cute, especially when she wanted Naruto to buy what she needed. Of course she also became stronger, but that's later. And now Kushina did not lag behind her sister. She also took revenge on herself with long hair up to her hips. And if it weren't for the cloaks that they had only a few elements, then everyone would just confuse them. But not Naruto, because he can distinguish them by chakra. And just like her sister, she became very cute, which helped her just like her sister and strong. But now we will talk about Mikoto. Mikoto also decided to grow her hair, but only up to the shoulder blades, but she did not become worse from the fact that her hair only up to the shoulder blades. On the contrary, it only made her more beautiful because for her long hair did not fit at all, but these are quite normal. She was also very nice in herself. Even if she was angry, the people around her were only more touched by her, and when she asked Naruto for something, he began to bleed from his nose, and he could no longer refuse her. Having passed into the residencia, they entered without even knocking. Naruto, hello Uzumaki-sama, we are back from a trip. Ashina, are you finally back? Mito_yes dad. Ashina, well, I won't question you for now, take a rest and then you tell me everything. Kushina_ is good, and they left. When Mito and Kushina left, Naruto offered Mikoto to live with him since Naruto didn't like her small apartment. She immediately agreed to this offer. And after collecting all her things, she moved to Naruto. During the journey, Naruto finished opening the seal and now he is Biju. Flashback, Kurama Naruto, it's time to finish opening the seal and finish your transformation into Biju. Naruto is great, so we're starting. And Naruto went into the subconscious where he immediately opened the seal. After that, Naruto fell and began to scream, lucky that he was inside the barrier, and Naruto began to change. At first, he began to increase and then turn into a huge lion that was about twice as big as Jubi. After the transformation, Naruto became a huge 18-tailed Biju. After the first transformation, the barrier was simply destroyed and Naruto managed to return to his human state in time, because the first transformation was very difficult because the transformation also put pressure on his psyche. After the first transformation, Naruto began to train in transformation. When Naruto woke up, he already knew what he would do. Naruto, well, it's time to create a place where Biju can live in peace, and no one will touch them. But then Naruto smelled the smell of delicious food, and then he remembered that Mikoto now lives with him. After he came down, he saw Mikoto cooking something. When Mikoto saw Naruto called to the table, Naruto did not think long and sat down at the table. After eating a very delicious miso soup, Naruto kissed Mikoto and left. Going to Ashina, Naruto said, Naruto, Ashina herself can leave the village for this day. Ashina, yes you can. But why? Naruto, you will soon find out who. Ashina is good. And Naruto left the village. After leaving Naruto, with the help of his speed, he left the village for a very long distance, and began to smooth out some seals. And using the technique of creating islands, and the ground beneath him began to rise, and everything within a radius of about 500 kilometers began to rise. When this island rose 5 meters, Naruto, with the help of technology, nature restoration, restored everything so that no one would notice anything. After that, he began to lift the whole hulk to the top, lifting this hulk by about 5,000 meters. He began to move it to Uzushio, and when the island was about above Uzushio, Naruto decided that it was enough for today, and going down to the bottom went to Uzukage and reported everything went to sleep, because to pull out such a piece of land and then restore it, so then also to drag him to such a great distance while levitating is quite difficult even for him, and without even noticing that Mikoto was saying something to him, he went to bed. The next day, Naruto continued to build the village, taking off to the island. Naruto continued. First of all, Naruto began to put up barriers, illusory, sound, 5 white lights. After they were staged, Naruto began to change the landscape. Now this island looked like this: huge mountains, with waterfalls and lakes, as well as plains, more forests, and huge caves in the mountains. Also did not forget about the desert. Mountains for Sangaku, caves for Saiken, lakes for Isabu and Gyuki, forests for Kuram and Matatabi, and a desert for Shikaku, and for Chomei, plains for Koku, and for Chomei in general. All these places were suitable. After that, he began to build houses for these same Biju only in human form. After their construction, Naruto once again examined this wonderful village, which was like 2 countries of fire, and decided that Biju would soon live here. It was for them that Naruto built this whole hulk, so that they could live in peace and without fear that they might be sealed. After the examination, he went downstairs and went back to bed, and the next day, just waking up, Naruto received a chapelak at the speed of light from Mikoto. And after listening to all the lectures from her, he got up and kissed her on the lips, to which Mikoto immediately replied, and so they stood for exactly 5 minutes, after which they ran out of air, and saying that he would be back soon, he moved to the island and began to print Biju. But first he asked them for the floor of their reserve, which they had restored over the years, and recreated Jubi's entire mind in it, which he created from the mixed minds of other Biju, and let them all out on this island. For which they were very grateful, because so many years of imprisonment, and then they were finally released, and not as weapons, but as just living beings. When he did this, he switched off because he could pull out so many chakras in one moment. Waking up, Naruto began to remember what had happened. Naruto, so what happened? Where am I? Matatabi_oh, you're finally awake. A blue-haired woman with rather attractive forms, for example, the 4th breast size, was looking at Naruto. Kurama_ of course woke up wherever he was doing. Naruto_Kurama. Are you? Kurama_ there were no Shikaku. Of course I am. Naruto, well, Narenasib Matatabi, yes, everyone would envy you, with your forms. From this Matatabi blushed very much, and after digesting it hit Naruto, for which I told the truth, I say resentfully, Kurama Matatabi dear, but why so much? He just woke up, and you're trying to put him back in a coma for 3 days. Matatabi_ had nothing to embarrass me about. Naruto, I mean, for 3 days again. Sangaku, after extracting us from yourself, you blacked out for 3 days. Naruto, damn it, they'll kill me for this. There is no chicken. There's a Chomei walking under your henge right now, Naruto, so it's even worse. He can ruin everything there. Kurama_why, Naruto, what time is it now? Matatabi_ well, about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Naruto, it's just that Mito, Kushina and Mikoto have an appointment for 3 o'clock. Kurama_ was lucky that it wasn't for an hour. Naruto, so okay, it's time for me. Chomei will come back to you himself, and Naruto, with the help of Hiration, transferred to Chomei and teleported him back to the island, and he went to prepare for the meeting. Flashback for another 12 years. 12 more years later, Naruto was summoned to Uzukage. Ashina Naruto-kun, today we are going to the temple of the gods. Naruto, why? Ashina, to find out which god chose you. Naruto, is clear, but what does it give me? Ashina, well, it all depends on which god chose and how much power he gave you. For example, Jashin herself gives immortality, Shinigami herself, on the contrary, grants vision which in the literal sense of the word can be killed. Naruto is a fucking shibe. Ashina, that's enough talking, let's go. And they moved to the temple of the gods. Well, as they moved, Naruto moved them there. Ashina_Naruto-kun now get up on the center of this circle. An alchemical circle appeared on the floor with some symbols around it. Standing in the middle of the circle, Naruto began to wait, but after a while the space in front of him changed, and he was no longer standing in the temple but in the air somewhere in the sky. Jashin_well hello pussy. Kirin_Jashin, I'll shove your tongue up your ass, Ifrit_ and I will help. The Shinigami dragged on, after all the supreme gods whose ranks included such gods as Kirin the god of lightning, Ifrit the god of fire, Amaterasu the goddess of fire, Lumine the god of wind, Storm the god of water, Nori the god of earth, Jashin the god of immortality, and Shinigami the god of death. Shinigami is Naruto and the chosen one, and therefore we 7 supreme gods grant you all our power. Naruto, I mean, Shinigami, everything is simple, we will give you all our power. Naruto is of course good, but tell me what your name is and the gods of what are you? Shinigami okay, I'll start. I'm the Shinigami god of death. Ifrit is the god of fire. Amaterasu_I Amaterasu the goddess of fire. Naruto stop and why are there 2 gods of fire? Amaterasu_well, look Ifrit is the true god of fire, that is, all fire is subject to him except black flame and white. That's how I am the goddess of black and white flames. Naruto is clear. Let's move on. Lumine_I am Lumine the god of the wind. Storm_I Stam Chernogo. Nori_I am Nori the god of the earth. Jashin_ and I am the fucking greatest god of all, the god of immortality. Ifrit_ shut up, I'm seriously going to shove your tongue up your ass. Jashin_ yes you were given. Shinigami quietly starts the ritual and all the gods began to circle around and began to say something at the same time after the beginning. Naruto began to feel pain and eventually he lost consciousness. Shinigami, we're all done now. Returning it back and the newly born god returned to his world. When Naruto returned to his world, Ashina noticed him. Ashina, where is Naruto-kun? He's been gone for half an hour. Wait, there he is. Ashina noticed Naruto's body, which was just in a terrible state. His bones were broken, his muscles stretched and torn, his limbs were also broken and twisted in the opposite direction. Ashina, how much strength did God give him? Okay, I'll take him home, then I'll find out which god chose him. And Ashina took Naruto home and put him to bed, and he left. A few days later, Naruto regained consciousness. Naruto, where am I? But then he began to remember what had happened. Naruto is clear, so I became a god, but who brought me here? Looking around, Naruto noticed Mito, Mikoto and Kushin sleeping around him. Naruto, have they spent all this time here? But then Ashina comes into the room. Ashina, oh Naruto-kun, have you woken up yet? Naruto, yes. And what? Ashina, it's just that when you returned from the dimension of the gods, your body was in a terrible state. In such a terrible way that it even seemed to me that you were going to die now, but the speed of that regeneration was simply amazing. Literally in front of my eyes while I was carrying you, everything was being restored, although you haven't even received all the power of God yet. Naruto, I mean, didn't get all the power of God. Ashina, well, here's the thing, in general, the power of God manifests itself gradually for at least a week. Naruto is clear, but then the girls woke up. Mito_ you're awake, with tear-stained eyes, she said. But before Naruto could answer anything, he received a portion, not even 3 portions of the strongest hugs. Naruto, yeah, Kushina, we were so worried about you. Mikoto, you looked really bad. Naruto, well, don't cry so much. Mito_ I won't let you go anywhere alone anymore. Today I'm moving in with you. Kushina_ me too. Naruto, okay. Well, there's no point in arguing with you, I'm not going to achieve anything. Ashina, okay, you get better, and we went, and all 4 of us went out. And Naruto began to think about the meaning of life. The Council of Five Kage, Raikage_ I have gathered you here to announce that the Whirlpool Village has become too strong and it's time to destroy it. Hokage, yes, you're right, but how do we do this? Lord Bijou protects her. Mizukage, isn't he dead yet? There is no Hokage. About 40.5 years ago I fought with him and he looked like he was 20 years old. Sasuke, and that you couldn't beat him? Hokage, no. He was stronger than me, Raikage, and fuck him. With all our strength, we will be able to overcome him, Sasuke, I'm afraid not. A few decades ago, he defeated the same army only with the participation of Bijou, so he also finished off Madara with Hashirama. Raikage, and what do you propose to do? Hokage, nothing. If we attack now, then we will have the effect of surprise, thanks to which we will be able to destroy Uzushio. Sasuke's plan is not bad, but what is the chance of winning? Hokage is 3%, Raikage, why so little? Hokage, yes. Because in their ranks is the strongest man in the world who was able to defeat the same army only with Bijou and with people who were called shinobi gods. This already leaves us about 10%. But if we take into account the fact that most likely he has only become stronger, then our chances are close to 3 and even lower. Raikage is clear. But it's still worth a try. If we are lucky, we will be able to get all the Bijou and their Kikai Genkai, which will allow us to advance very much in Fuin. Sasuke_ I agree with Raikage. If we attack, my troops will be ready in 3 days. Raikage is mine too. The Hokage is mine in 2. Mizukage, of course, I'm also in business. Kazekage, I will do the same as 100 years ago, I will remain neutral. Raikage, everything is clear. So in 3 days our troops will be ready, and it will be possible to attack. And they closed the meeting. Naruto clones who followed each Kage immediately divorced after what they heard. Naruto clearly means an attack again. What were they hoping for? I don't understand them. Okay, I could destroy the whole army again, now without even straining, purely looking at them. But I'm so lazy that it will be easier to lift Uzushio into the air, ahem, and this is already an interesting idea you can try. And Naruto got out of bed and went to Uzukage about the village plan and his decision. After reaching the residence and entering Uzukage's office through the window, Naruto was subjected to terrible torture from Uzukage himself, about who elected him, how much power he received, and so on and so forth. Naruto, I'll tell you everything, just stop shaking. Ashina_okay, and Ashina stopped shaking Naruto, after which Naruto began to tell Naruto, well, to begin with, I was chosen by 7 supreme gods at once. Ashina's jaw went around the Chinese wall from what she heard. Ashina_6 at once? We have a maximum of 2 in the village, and then I have only 1 for everyone else. Naruto, don't worry. Ashina_okay, Naruto, and they gave me all their power. Ashina, and now I understand why you were so upset. Naruto, let's continue. I was chosen by Ifrit, Amaterasu, Kirin, Lumine, Storm, Jashin and Shinigami. Ashina clearly means the 5 elements, black flame, immortality, and the eye of the killer. Naruto, yes, Ashina, okay, enough shocks for today, let's get down to business. Did you come to tell me something else? Naruto, yes. 4 villages are planning an attack on us. Ashina, and what? They won't be able to get through the barrier anyway. And even if they can, we will finish them off. Naruto, I know. But I have a plan. Let me make sure that no one can ever attack us again. Ashina, and what is it? Naruto, let me go up and take Uzushio for air. Ashina, how is the air? Naruto, let me show you how it will look like. Ashina, alright, come on. And Naruto moved Ashina to his island Bijou. Ashina, well, shit Saib, did you do it all? Naruto, yes, I had to make this island for them. And Naruto pointed at Bijou. Ashina, so that's where all the Bijou have gone. Naruto, yes. Ashina, okay, I agree, you can lift Uzushio into the air. Naruto, thank you Ashina-sama. And Naruto, thanks to the power of God, just lifted Uzushio into the air and left this island floating there before hanging a bunch of seals on it. Time skip 3 days. 3 days later, several dozen shinobi came to the place where Uzushio was. Raikage, well, where is this damn Uzushio? Are we taking the census here for nothing, Hokage? It can't be. Where did she go? Mizukage, I don't understand anything. Tsuchikage, I'm sure he did it all. He either moved the village or destroyed it, Hokage, but how? Tsuchikage, just his level of strength was so great then that even if you imagine that he did not become stronger during this time, it turns out that the transfer of the village is not such a difficult job for him. Mizukage, so what does it mean that we're splitting up? Raikage, yes, gritting his teeth, he said. All the shinobi dispersed to their villages. After Naruto realized that he had done his job, Naruto, I was able to do everything I had. 2. I saved the village, the world by killing Zetsu, released Biju, and made them happy, made happy those who suffered in a previous life. And what am I supposed to do now after all this? I'll live at least another 10,000 years like this. Kurama _ you are not right, you still have to live forever. Naruto, are you Kurama? Stop there for eternity. Kurama _ well, everything is obvious right there. You are Biju and we are immortal by ourselves. You are God, which again makes you immortal. You are the receiver of Jashin and he is the god of immortality. But considering that you were immortal before half the god's power just increased your regeneration, so even if you were turned into dust, you would just recover in a few miles of seconds. Naruto is sad. Kurama _ why? Naruto, yes, at least because I'm bored. Kurama _ so find Orochimaru, and lift Suna up too. Naruto. Orochimaru can still be found and simply with the help of the power of God to find his soul from our world and replace it with this one. And why should Suna be turned into a floating island? Let's start with the fact that Shikaku is still there, and if the villages realize that Suna has a power superior to them, they will decide to destroy her as well. And just for fun, let it be the third island. Naruto, okay, you can do this. Stop, and what will happen to Mito, Kushina and Mikoto? I don't want to see their death, as well as the death of my children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, and so on. I shouted. Kurama _ yes, they are not you, so you will not see the death of your girls or children, and so on, because girls have become immortal after your first occupation, and children will already be born immortal. Naruto is clear. So I went to Gaara. By Kurama _ bye-bye, and Naruto went to Sunu. Going there he just teleported to Gaara _ and this is you Naruto. Naruto, yes, I came to you on business. Gaara _ on what case? Naruto, I suggest you lift your village into the air and make it a floating island. Gaara _ how is it? Naruto _ I can show you. Gaara _ show it well. But it's also clear why to do it. Naruto is good, and Naruto teleported them to Uzushio and began to show Gaara how it all works and why. Gaara _ okay, I agree, and Naruto, returning back to Sunu, did the same with her as with Uzushio. Gaara _ thanks, it's even calmer this way. Naruto is always welcome, and Naruto went in search of Orochimaru. It was not difficult because Naruto knew what Orochimaru's chakra looked like, and the eye of the god of death saw not only the chakra but also the soul, and thanks to this Naruto quickly found the snake and forced her to look for the soul of his best friend. Finding her, Naruto simply replaced the souls with a few deft movements and then went back to Uzushio with the body, thinking along the way, Naruto, well, since the last interesting lesson was completed, I need to come up with what to do now. Capture me? No, I don't want to be a plagiarist, just beat all the Kage a couple more times. It's not interesting either. Just live without doing anything and see how the world will develop further. Well, yes, this is the best option. Arriving in the village, Naruto went to his home and put the snake on the bed and went downstairs where his 3 future wives were standing and cooking something. Naruto, girls, we need to talk. Mito _ okay, dear, sit down, we've finished now and you can start. Naruto, okay, and when the girls finished, they sat down at the table and Naruto started a conversation in which he said that now they are immortal. On such a statement, the girls priophygily and began to say everything the same as Naruto when he first found out about it. When Naruto explained that everything was fine, they calmed down, and Naruto decided that now he would follow the events in the world and only intervene in extreme cases. Time skip 1000 years, too much has happened in this 1000 years. Firstly, Naruto had 3 sons who are now about 500 years old, and secondly, everything on the planet was destroyed literally a couple of hundred years ago. Flashback: it was another boring day of Naruto's immortal life. And nothing foreshadowed trouble, so Naruto and his sons left their zones at home and decided to take a walk on the ground, because it's too boring to be on the island all the time. After a couple of hours of their walk, something strange began to happen and Naruto noticed it. Naruto, something is wrong. What happened to the sky? Hearing this question, the girls also looked at the sky and noticed that it began to distort. But their views were interrupted by a meteorite that flew out of the distortion in the sky and flew straight at them. Naruto tried to break it or throw it away, but the meteorite somehow didn't give a fuck, and Naruto screamed, "Naruto, girls, come to me now!" But seeing that they simply would not have time to reach him, he wanted to teleport to them himself, but could not. Something prevented him from doing so. Looking at the sky again, Naruto realized that he could no longer save either them or himself. But as soon as the meteorite crashed into the ground, Naruto appeared on it. Naruto, damn the fucking regeneration of the gods, would die here now. Stop. Kurama said that they are also immortal, so you should not worry. Although no, they just don't have the same regeneration as me. And then Naruto realized that those whom he loved more than life died and he could not help them, but it was only when he raised his head up that he realized that this was the end of this world, because he saw that millions more meteorites were falling from the sky. Realizing everything that was going on, Naruto teleported to Uzumaki, and seeing that everything was fine there, he immediately moved to the island of Biju, and realizing that everything was fine there, he moved to the Suna, in which everything was also fine. After the death of the girls, Naruto left Uzumaki with Orochimaru and Kurama and began to travel around the world. The end of the flashback: at the moment, people began to appear in the world, but they differed from shinobi in that they did not have a chakra. Quite even the hearth. When Naruto saw this, he didn't even have to fight because all these people were just afraid of his aura and scattered around. While Naruto was traveling, he had great-grandchildren and even one great-great-grandson. Naturally, they never saw their grandfather, because he did not even show himself to them, but they heard about him from their fathers. And so millennia after millennia passed, the world gradually changed, continents and countries were formed, but people remained as greedy and cowardly as before, in attempts to kill Naruto with their pathetic weapons. They lost their lives. So another 5 millennia passed and the world was destroyed again and a new one appeared in its place, but this world differed from the previous one in that masses and mana appeared in it. Naruto, after the formation of a new world, simply created a floating island and, together with Kurama, fell into hibernation in his Biju form, and they released Orochimaru and gave him complete freedom of action, and there will be no second part, because the plot is finished.